Hey, it's Mike, and it is hot. I am sweating up a storm. It is hot in here, and I got every fan on me. My hair is blowing. Whew! I'm in a goddamn wind tunnel. Okay, that's what I'm. I'm in a wind tunnel. Um, but I'm going to do the show anyway because show must go on. So I'm going to get right to the opening. Because I need to cool down is what I need to do. Hey, fake human. Got fake human here. Good to see you, fake human. Let me get right to this opening, and we'll see what we can do here. Bam.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey, I'm back. So thanks for sticking that out. Welcome to the Good Rice, the Krishna Cult Watch. And my name is Mike, and I was in the Hare Krishnas for 20 years. I've been out for about 14 now. And this is where we all get together and we talk about our time in the Krishna cult, what it's like, how to help people get out if they're in, if they have any questions about it. We all get together, we have a good time, and what do we got? We got Jolyn. Good to see you here, Jolyn. Everybody fake human running after that kiwi, of course, and cumbersome 1987. Hey, good to see you here. Howdy. And yes, Snot and Ananda. I got a lot of good stuff to talk about, but right now I want to give a word from our sponsor.
This broadcast comes to you through the courtesy of Edam Neckties, with stores at 3 convenient locations: Skagway, Alaska, Little America, and Pago Pago.
Yes. So if you need a tie, check them out. Okay. Now, I got some great news, and it's really exciting for me. Hey, Aviator Lochan. Hey, good to see you, man. Good to see you in here. I really got a lot of respect for you, going in and dealing with that, with Mr. Dreamer. Where is he?
All right.
Yeah,
I'm just a dreamer, but you are just a dream.
Yeah. Okay. So, exciting news. I got this email from somebody from the. Let me see if I can show you this email. This is really exciting. I know you guys are gonna like this. If I can somehow bring it up here. Okay, here you go. So it's somebody from the, I don't know. It's the parental protection. No, not protection. Parental Network Europe, Ireland. So somebody from Ireland is interested in talking to me about cults and child abuse in the Hare Krishna. So I think that's pretty exciting for me. I never thought I would get anyone would contact me to know more information, but it looks like we're all doing some good. You know, someone out there saw something, and they reached out to me, and I contacted them back, and we'll see what happens. It's little old me getting little old me getting contacted from an actual cult from actual cult people. So I want to thank you guys for being there and making everything possible. All of you subscribers out there, longtime subscribers, all you new subscribers, new viewers, old viewers, everybody. Because I couldn't have done it without you. I mean, really, this is a joint effort, I have to say. So that's really exciting. Hey, Jenna Morton, good to see you. Okay, so we'll see what happens with that. The other thing is I got another email from the Gorahari person, and I can't reveal any information because everything they said to me would, if I repeated any of it, it would be it would reveal who they are. You know, people would be able to reverse engineer, and they would figure out who that person is, and then it would be just a problem. It would be a problem because they have someone in there who it would cause a problem if they knew who this person is. It would change everything because that's how this cult is. Can you imagine that? And I'm relaying this information, and these people they don't understand they're in a cult. These crazy people, and this one person recognizes what's going on, and has reached out to me. This is the second time this person has reached out. And I can't say anything. I cannot reveal that person's name. I can't reveal anything about that person because they could instantly reverse engineer anything about them and figure out who they are. And that would fuck up their marriage, their relationship with whoever. Just think about that. Think about that. And this Gorahari and these freaks are like, oh, we're not a cult. We're just doing this. This person is with these people, or their loved one is with these people, and they can't speak out. I cannot reveal that person's information because it would ruin their situation that they've got. You understand what this person's going through mentally? Mentally, this person is going, hey, I agree with you, Mike. These people are nuts. But you know what? My loved one is one of them. And I don't know what to do. Hey, Rafael, good to see you, man. Good to see you in here, man. You're my buddy, man. Jenna Mort, wow, they're scared to leave the cult. Not surprised. At least they're aware that something is just not. They're totally aware. By this point, they're 100% aware of what's going on. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. You can't keep secrets from an organization of ascended masters. Well, this person's keeping a pretty good secret, and that's why I'm not going to blow it. I'm not going to blow it for this person. Imagine your wife is in this thing. Noodles. You imagine your wife is Noodles, and you're in there pretending to be, you thought it was right, and then all of a sudden you came into me, you saw my video, and you said, what the fuck? These people are nuts. But my wife is one of them. And I don't know what to do, because if I say anything, it's over. And this Gorahari guy is going to sit there and go, no, we're just chanting and laughing and giggling. And yet this person is having mental trauma because they don't know how to get out. They don't know what to do. Now, you going to tell me it's not a fucking cult? Good news, it's working. Meltdown process has begun. Anti-cult purge. Yeah, I mean, that wasn't my. It's not my goal to break up someone's marriage. It's not my goal to cause mental trauma. But you know what? If hearing the truth is difficult, I'm sorry. It's better that you wake up and just deal with it however you can. And I feel for you, man. I really do. Dude or ma'am, whatever. I don't want to give away anything, but whatever it is, I feel for you. I just want you to know that I'm here. I'm not giving away any secrets. I'm. What can I do though? And I know they want to know they want to know who this person is. Believe me, they want to know who this person is. Aren't we all? We all were in that fear corner. That's why it's so important. Like, Paz's brother and Aviator Lochan grew up in it, and everybody we've all been through this situation where your mind, you're waking up is what's happening. You're waking up. And you don't know what to do. Hey, AJ, good to see you here, man. Everybody. And I want to give a big shout out and a big thank you and a big I love you to my daughter for coming on the show. And you all got to meet her. She's so wonderful. She's such a wonderful person. After all that we've been through in the Hare Krishnas and everything. So I want to thank her. For coming on the show. She didn't have to. It was totally my idea, but it was her idea too. So I want to thank her, and I want to thank you guys for being very respectful and very and being just your wonderful selves. Everybody, thank you for that. Welcoming her on the show. Okay, so what else? So I got the parental guy from Ireland. He wants to talk to me. In fact, he wanted to talk to me today, but there's a time difference, and it didn't work out today. But hopefully, we'll get this worked out. So great to meet. You're amazing. Yeah, she is amazing. I gotta tell you, she really is. She went back. She left. I'm really sad. I'm really sad she's gone. But I'll see her again next year. Hey everyone, Ezra Barreto. I don't know why some of you guys get banned or whatever, or your comments get blocked. I try to go through there and unblock everybody. I'm not doing it. It's happening. You're saying something or you're doing something, and it's auto blocking you. I guess I have no idea. Yeah, justice for a beige loaf. Yeah, absolutely. She was great. Even by declaring this openly, Guru is supposed to be very shaken. Cults destroying lives of innocent. The sooner it will be dealt with, the better. Plus, it was awesome to meet your daughter. Yeah, she was great, man. She, to come on here and face, the internet with me was really something. It was. She's amazing, and I can't wait to see her again. Really, I can't. So it just shows you. I just wanted to point out, that while this guy thinks that he's harmless and hey, we're just chanting, we're laughing and we're giggling and we're doing this thing, but that ain't it at all. It ain't it at all. Yeah, you're laughing and giggling, but you don't understand what this shit does to people. This guru worshiping, this thinking that he's a guru, and if you don't, and this, it's a mind fuck. He thinks it's just all fun and games. That you can just dream your way into someone's life, into being a guru, controlling their lives, to the point where this person can't even be honest. I can't even tell you this person's name. Because I don't want to fuck up their life. I don't want to fuck up their relationship. I don't want to fuck up. They asked me not to. So I'm not going to do it. This ain't no just laughing and giggling and chanting and crying and zooming with him. This is the point where if I was to say this person's name, it would fuck up their whole relationship, maybe their job, maybe who knows. All I know is that they asked me not to do it. I'm not going to do it. And you tell me this ain't a fucking cult. You tell me he ain't a fucking megalomaniac cult leader. And he needs complete devotion, and they got to glorify him. Sit there and talk about how he gives them this and that, and he's whatever the fuck he is. Meanwhile, this person is mentally tormented with the idea. Look, here he is. Here's another one. You still laughing and crying and pretending and cosplaying? Is that what you're doing? You still doing that? Why are you here? Why are you here? Why are you here? Don't you glorify your guru enough on your channel? You got to come in here? Huh? Why are you here? You tell me, why are you here? Nah, see, now you're banned because it says you can't do that. It says you can't do that. And you don't read the rules. You don't read the rules. You stupid. You're just stupid. You come in here to get banned. Because you don't get to glorify pedophiles and child marriage and Prabhupada and all of that shit. You don't get to do that. You just don't get to do it. And your harmless cult, you want to glorify this guy who's got this person fucking mentally tormented, doesn't want anything to do with him, but because their loved one is in your own fucking cult, and they're mentally tormented. I'm not complaining because I'm not in the cult, but this person's complaining. Someone in your cult is complaining about your guru. Hot lips, hot feet. Harmless cultists. There's no such thing. Just look at their crying or laughing uncontrollably. If they don't pretend to be laughing and crying and doing something stupid, then they're not advanced. He's got them brainwashed into thinking that they got to act a fool. If they don't act a fool, then they're not loving God. That's how stupid these people are. Just downright stupid. And this person has come to their senses, but they can't do anything about it because their loved one is in there. Their wife or husband or daughter or father, mother, whatever it is, they can't do anything about it. Because it's a fucking cult. And this hot lip's too stupid. I know. You gotta blow your nose. Don't you gotta go blow your nose somewhere? Go blow your nose for God? Don't you gotta go blow your nose for Krishna? Don't you gotta go blow your nose for Krishna somewhere? Fucking idiot. God damn. Causing this person, tormenting this person so you can sit there and laugh and pretend to laugh and cry. Because you're pretending to laugh and cry and you got some dreamer guru, one of your people in your cult is mentally tormented because I can't release. I mean, I could give you their name right now. I could give it. I could put the email on the screen right now. But I'm not like that. I'm not an asshole like you friggin' cult members. Because if you promote child marriage and pedophilia and gurus that molest children and Prabhupada who had an 11-year-old wife, who knows what you do? Who knows what you do to this poor person? Break up their family. Call them names. Tell them that they're traitors. Tell them that they're Sisupal and that they're going to have their head chopped off because they're with Mike now. Oh, they're with Mike. That's what you guys would talk about. That's how you guys would act. And you'd say their name and you'd talk shit about them. But you're not a cult. But you're not a cult. I'll show you. I'll show you who I'm talking about. These friggin' people. These are the people I'm talking about. They say they're not in a cult. They say they're not in a cult, but they got a person. There's a person in there who doesn't know what to do. They don't know what to do.
They met daily. They studied together. And in solitude, away from the bustle of materialistic life.
You know, that's no different than now. It's just like this. They were just a group of devotees.
Uh-huh.
And they would get together. And people thought they were crazy too. They thought they were odd and everything, and they would get together and do what we're doing here. You see, and we're doing this is a little different because they would be alone amongst themselves in doing this, and we're here doing what they were doing and talking the same kinds of talks. I'm telling you, exactly the same.
Yeah, it could be Noodles. It could be Noodles down here. She could be the one. She could be the one that's emailing me. Maybe it's Noodles that's doing it. Or maybe it's Jai Gopal. Maybe Jai Gopal is emailing me. You guys don't know. You don't know who it is. I know who it is. I got their name. I got their emails. I can post their emails right now. I just got one. I just got an email yesterday from this person. Hey, Queen of Karma, how you doing? I'm explaining how this cult, this guy thinks it's harmless. They're just getting together and giggling and laughing and crying, and that they're just all having a bunch of fun and it's no big deal. These friggin' people.
We're doing it publicly. This is unique. And that's why, I'm so happy to be here in this time to do this, because this is powerful, even though right now most people don't see it. But we're doing like they were doing. You can look at all the symptoms, even the talks I'll point out as we come.
I want to know why. Why, if it's just talks and it's just loving God, why is this person contacting me and saying, don't give away my name? I don't want them to know who I am. It would ruin stuff with me. Why? I'm like Knitting Cult Lady. Why are people contacting me? Why am I getting emails? Why is the parental network of Ireland guy emailing me if this is not a cult? Why is this person contacting me, sending me emails? Maybe it's Noodles. Gorhari interrupted, crying so much. It's disturbing, and this guy wants to minimize the damage that this cult does, but it doesn't matter if it's just some freak like him who has a dream. If they're preaching this bullshit, if they're preaching this Prabhupada bullshit, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he's a dreamer. It doesn't matter if he's a faker, scammer. The damage is the same. The damage is the same. Why can't this person say, hey, I think this guy's nuts. I think my loved one's nuts. No, they can't. They can't do it. If they got to sneak around and email me and tell me, hey, Mike, you're absolutely right. Everything you're saying is absolutely right. This guy is a freak, and all these people are freaks. I woke up. I saw the light, but I can't do anything about it. because my loved one is one of them. So I got to just pretend. I got to go on in life pretending for the sake of my whatever, my parents, my daughter, my husband, my wife, whoever that is. I don't want to give anything away. Now, this person has to pretend now. They woke up. They woke up and saw the light. But there's nothing they can do because it's a goddamn cult. Yeah, that's a scary thought. They're scared to leave. They're scared. They don't want to ruin whatever it is, because they said, I don't want to ruin whatever it is. They said that to me. I don't want to ruin what I'm not at that point yet. I'm not at that point yet. So just keep it on the down low, and that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. But you know the mental, what's going on in their head? If they're reaching out to me, they don't have to reach out to me. They have to reach out to me. Who am I? I'm the only one in their life that they feel comfortable to talk to say. If you're scared to leave a group for backlash or because it can ruin your life, it's a cult. That's exactly what I'm saying. Thank you. Thank you. And I know this person, it's just I'm not trying to make things worse for this person. By talking about, I'm not trying to make it worse. I'm trying to raise awareness that this is what happens. So please don't be upset with me for talking about this. But this is helping other people know. This is helping other people recognize that they're in something. If you can't reach out and say what's happening, then you're in a cult. If you're Noodles and or Jan bugging out or Jai Gopal or Salted Bread or any of these freaks, and you're done with this, but your wife or husband or mother or father, whatever, is still in it, and you know it's going to cause a problem, and now you're scared. You don't know what to do. You're in a cult. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but you're in a cult. I'm very glad they reached out to you. I'm glad they reached out to me too, and believe me, I wish you gotta, I'm at a loss for words. Look, the Band-Aid's got to come off. Now you can pull it off slowly, or you gotta rip it off. That's up to you. It's up to you. You can just come out and say, hey, this is a bunch of bullshit. I don't have nothing to do with it no more. This guy's a fucking fool. Or you can just, I don't know, take it one day at a time. I don't know. That's up to you. I'm not going to criticize because I know it's a difficult thing. It's not easy. But I think we all know what needs to happen. I think we all know what needs to happen. You have to leave first, then your family will follow you. I don't. Yes, I think you have one thing. You have to leave, whether your family follows you or not. Whether your family follows you or not, you still gotta leave. That's the main thing. Because staying in is not helping anybody. Staying in is not helping anybody. So you definitely have to leave. But how you do it is really. I can't say. You know, I really can't. It's so scary, though. You don't want to ruffle feathers, and you're horrified you'll never see your family and friends again. It's upsetting. It is, and that's part of the trauma. that's the trauma. That's everything. That's the exit cost. The exit cost is I'm never going to see so and so again, or this is going to ruin my relationship. because I can see that my partner is not ready to leave. We are on two different things. And it's just like when they joined. They had to give up their family. I'm giving up my family, my parents, everything. I'm joining the Hare. Well, now when you leave, you gotta leave them, and it's the same. It's the same thing. Entrance cost, leave your family. Exit cost, leave the life that you've had for the last 10, 15 years. I'm sorry. This is why you don't get involved with cults to begin with. That's why it's so important not to recognize what a cult is. What a way to start this live stream. But hey, you know, we reached into the mailbag, and boy, what do you see what comes out? Yeah, I'm sorry, we did that. Oh, here we go. If you stay, you're complicit in enabling your family to be cheated. Yeah, but I understand. I know. I'm with you 100%. But you know, I'm trying to look at everything, and you're right. But also, leaving is not so easy because it doesn't. Your family may stay, and maybe you need to try and pull them out easy. Maybe if you can get them, you want them to come out with you. It's not a good thing at all. I mean, it's just not. And then it depends on how brainwashed you are, how brainwashed they are. I mean, I can't. It's hard to say, but you're right. If you stay, you're complicit, and it's not doing anybody any good. It's just not. A very awful position to be in, and I hate people are put. I do, and I feel sorry. You know, I really feel sorry for this person. It appears from the tone of the emails that this person's got everything under control. So I'm not stressing out. This person realizes what's going on. They've made their bed. They're sleeping in it. They seem like they got a pretty good level. It seems like they're level-headed, and they know what's going on. They're not reaching out. They're not stressfully saying, "Hey, what do I do?" They're just saying, "Hey, this is what's going on." And and they're like, "I agree with you, Mike. So in that way, I feel comfortable. I don't feel like I need to. I don't feel like it's a really It is a stressful situation. I'm not gonna lie. It's never good, but I don't feel like it's an emergency. I don't feel like, you know, I need to intervene or anything like that. But it is an awful position to be in. It just is. There's nothing good about it. It's a process for some people, and it takes a bit of time. Reaching out to Mike is the first step. Yeah, I agree. I think this is not the first person that's reached out to me, but this is definitely a different type of situation. I've never been in this situation where I was asked to withhold information because they were afraid of what would happen. That to me is, and so I feel like that I need to share. From the beginning, I knew that Mike's endeavor here will sooner or later change ex-cult or current cult members for a better. It's therapeutic, and it's obviously working. Yeah, you know, I knew as soon as Paz reached out to me, I knew that I was really that we were onto something. That we were onto something. And that it wasn't just me talking about, you know, it was really something. And Smokey, this is not NAM, this is bull. There are rules. Exactly. And
Is the whole world gone crazy? Am I the only one around here who gives a shit about the rules?
yes, we need people who leave all the cults to advocate and speak out. Yeah, if they can, they definitely should. Not everybody can do it, but yes, it's important. Those that can should. It's so important to stop these things, and survivor testimony is the most important. It is. It really is. Otherwise, I mean, what else do you have? Survivor testimony is so important, and seeing it happening in real time. It's happening in real time, and I just hope the right thing. I hope the right thing happens. And, and some people are scared they won't be reaccepted by those they left behind, which is why I tell family and friends to always keep contact. Yeah, I think that's the best thing you can do is just let people know, hey, when you're shunning me and you don't want anything to do with us, but we'll be here if you need us. Okay, we're not. Because some people do. I mean, back in the early days, people did. They turned their back on their children, on their family. If they joined the Hare Krishnas, families would shun them. So it's important for people to know that hey, we're not. You can always reach out. You can always reach out, and it is. Okay, what do we got here? Everyone has their interpretation of the philosophy and tattva, but Krishna is not a cult. But people can be. But it is in any institutional groupation. Yes, I agree. But if you're messing around with Krishna worshiping cults, and you're messing around with Chaitanya cults and any of that, you're in the danger zone. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. I agree with you, but you're dancing with the devil. You're dancing. You're right up. You're in the danger zone. You start worshiping these Hindu idols and these statues and reading their books, and you're and getting into it where you're reading I forget what it's called, the how to worship, how to offer, you got to start getting into that stuff with the gurus and all that stuff. I'm telling you, it may, just like with this guy, it may seem harmless, but you're dancing on the edge. You're dancing with the devil, and you're dancing right up into next to the fire. Okay, you go on believing this. You go on believing this, and you can say, "Well, Krishna's not a cult." Well, you show me where it's not. You show me a group, a Krishna group of a group of people who are worshiping Krishna, where it's not a cult. There are Hindus that are just worshiping whatever, and they're not in a cult. I understand that, but you show me one of these Krishna cults that's not a Krishna groups. It's not. And it's a fine line. I understand it's a fine. It's not really a fine line. It's a. You're dancing next to the. It's hard when there's children involved. It's hard when It's hard if you've been in let's say you're a married couple. 20 years you're married in the Hare Krishnas, and all of a sudden you come across Mike and you go, he's right. This is all a bunch of bullshit. I didn't know about this. And they wake up. And they're like, I'm done with that bullshit. That's bullshit. But the other one hasn't done it. Now, that marriage is on the rocks. That marriage is on the rocks because that cult member looks at the person that's woken up that is going to say, you're in Maya. You're a bloop. You blooped. You're in Maya. You're a demon. You're all that. You think it's going to go over? That's just... I'm so glad when my daughter came to me and told me she didn't want to do it anymore. She was like 13 years old. She said, I don't want to do this anymore, Dad. And I freaked out, but I didn't freak out. I didn't shun her or kick her out or call her a demon. I didn't call her a demon. I didn't call her any of those things. I was disappointed, but I didn't. Some people do. These cult people do. They do that. They and that's why I'm not revealing who this person is, because I know what can happen. I know what's going on. Children being involved adds another layer. Yeah, and that's why it was, That's why having my daughter on this show, having her come on with me, was a healing moment to face the Krishna stuff with her, side by side, with all of you people out there. It was like a reckoning. It was like facing the music. And here she was growing up. And I brought her into it when she was 6. So she spent like 7 years. 6 or 7 years in this cult as a child. This is India's Scientology. I think what you do is yeah, absolutely. That's a good way of putting it. Yeah, I say it's Scientology for Scientology is Hare Krishna for nerds. Absolutely. Krishna is very much a cult. It is. If you've got to believe in child marriage and pedophilia and the racism and sexism and treating women, if you got to believe all that stuff, then it's definitely there's something wrong. Okay, there's something wrong. There just is. I'm sorry. Yeah, the most important thing is to keep in contact. And even though, like Paz's brother, he's deep. He got deep into it. He dove right in, and he's deep into it. But I told Paz, just let him know that you're always going to be there for him when he's ready. If he wants to leave, come out and whatever, you're there. Krishna is a belief in fantasy, and any philosophy or whatever emerging from it does not align with reality. Yeah, there's no philosophy. There's really no philosophy about it. It's just a bunch of superstitions based on I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what it's based on. You tell me what it's based on. This Chaitanya guy was running around chanting, acting a fool, and now you got these people running around chanting, acting a fool. That's it. I can't explain it. I was 10 years in the temple. It was an interesting experience. The whole Hindu practice is that, but also Christian the same, just a bit different. Yeah, it's a cult, though. If you haven't realized that it's a cult, and it's a dangerous cult, it's a racist, sexist, child marriage promoting, pedophile, guru protecting cult, then you weren't paying attention. You weren't paying attention. I don't know how you spend 10 years and not recognize the harm that this cult does. That's beyond me. That's beyond me. Just because other cults exist, that doesn't make this cult existing okay. Yeah, we're working on it. Yeah, I know exactly. We're working on one cult at a time. People want to say, well, why don't you talk about this, talk about that? Because I wasn't this or that. I was a Hare Krishna, okay? You want to talk about that? Make a YouTube channel and you go talk about it. You want to talk about the Catholic Church? Hey, go talk about it. You want whatever it is, Krishna teachings are rigged. It's been proven. The teachings on nothing works. It's all a bunch of BS. These guys aren't. That's why I can say 100% with 100%. These guys are not laughing and giggling because they're chanting Hare Krishna. They're just not. It is more cosplay. And this is the hot lips, hot feet, whatever you want to call her. She ain't spiritually advanced. People ain't you ain't spiritually advanced. There ain't no such thing as spiritually advanced. But anyway, were you in ISKCON temple? If yes, where about and initiated? Yeah, if you're hanging out for 10 years, you must have been initiated. You must have a guru. Orange robes. Are you employed, sir? You don't go out looking for a job dressed like that on a weekday. Yeah.
What in God's holy name are you blathering about?
Hopefully that to Mike will create positive dominoes effect. It's a first step indeed. Good stuff. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Let's see what this person has to say. I've been in Germany and Vrindavan. Yes, ISKCON initiated by Satchidananda and Swami, then shifted to the Gaudiya to Narayan Maharaj, who was not a culty at all. Gurudev was such a natural. Okay, so you believe that this Narayan Maharaj is somehow, you believe in this, there's a Scampradaya, and those people were real people, and that somehow by throwing rice in a fire, that they put a on you and you became this devotee, and that this Narayan Maharaj, I mean, what the hell did this Narayan Maharaj ever do? I mean, it's all such bullshit. You know, I just don't get it. I don't know, understand. I mean, I did because I was in it. I was in it for 20 years. I was in it for 20 years. Rafal was in it for I don't know how many, 15, 20 years. So I do understand it. But I don't understand. I woke up. Rafal woke up. Everybody woke up. I don't understand how people don't wake up. That's what I don't get. I mean, once you wake up, you figure, well, everyone will wake up. But they don't. It's a cult. That's why it's a cult. Yeah, I'm sorry you missed it too. She is awesome, man. Everything that we've been through, and everything that we've been through is just really, she is really amazing. She really is. Rada, they know, they know. Like this person knows that this Satchidananda Swami was no guru, that he was no, he's a dreamer, like this, all these other guys dreaming. This Harvard dumbass Goswami, all these guys. It's based on the fifth dimension. Yeah, it's freaking like Krishna zone. From Satchidananda to Narayan, it truly does. It doesn't matter. It's all part of this Bengali cult, porno, cosplaying bullshit. It is. It doesn't matter. And these guys are no holy men. Narayan, what was holy about Narayan Maharaj? Because he's scamming people? His guru was who? Sridhar. And his guru was who? Bhakti Siddhanta, the dreamer who took initiation from a painting, from a photograph, whose guru was whose father wouldn't even initiate him, and he's a faking fraud, writing books about fake. From a bunch of bullshit. And people think that these people are holy and whatever. Is amazing. Narayan Maharaj is just another one of these guys. Fuck. I don't get it. The little Lubowski achievers are more advanced than these bhakti hoes. These friggin' cosplaying freaks. Yeah, it's very stressful. It's not for everyone. Yeah, it's. Can you recommend any ISKCON gurus who you think are genuine, Mike? I am at a point of hesitation. No, I can't recommend. I don't recommend any guru. I don't recommend you going to any guru and thinking that he's going to teach you anything because he had a dream or because he may have put some shit in a fire or he read some friggin' Bhagavad Gita. I don't. And if you're being facetious, whatever, I understand. But some people may think that you're not, and think that you're. And I'm answering the question honestly. No, there's no guru that's going to teach you shit. All they want is your money, your time, your energy, your effort, your labor, your free labor. They want you to move your friggin' trailer from one part of Florida to the other part of Florida, so your kid can hang out with Shamarani. So you quit your job and you move your trailer, and then you have to make a GoFundMe account and say, hey, can you help pay my expenses because I moved my trailer to go be with Shamarani? Oh, fuck. People are freaking insane. That's what following Narayan Maharaj will get you. You're gonna follow Shamarani around because she was a disciple of Narayan Maharaj, because he's a disciple of Sridhar or whoever the fuck, because he was initiated by Bhakti Siddhanta, who had a dream, who had a dream or whatever. It's just God.
Because the whole world gone crazy.
Has the whole world.
Because the whole world gone crazy. Am I the only one around here who gives a shit about the rules?
I think your word is good, but my interest in Krishna is quite strong at the minute. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. All you see in Narayan Maharaj Sangha is bitter, unfulfilled people, full of bitter, bereft, single women and men. I've been there and I can talk about it. Yeah, I'm going to say it right now. They're just ISKCON rejects. And I don't mean that you were an ISKCON reject, but, I was a Ritvik, and some people say that Ritviks were ISKCON rejects, and maybe we were. I don't know. But a lot of these people, like this guy, this guy is a ISKCON reject. He's a Narayan reject. He's everything. He's just a friggin'. Yeah, there's no honest Krishna teacher. There's no such there's no such thing. There's no such thing. I'm sorry. If you want to, I don't know what you want to do, man. I don't know what you want to do, Gary. I think you're Gary. I think you're a Gorahari. You're a Gorahari guy. Yeah, there you go. One freak helping another freak. There you go. Hey, it all works out here at the Good Rice. See, you found yourself some good rice, Gary. That's what it takes. Okay, so now that it's been an hour in, we're an hour in. Let me start up with some knitting cult lady. Why not? Let's do it.
Today, for Devotions with Daniela, we are reading from the second book of Daniela, The Culting of America. This is a chapter on ends justifies the means mentality. The end was always the point. At the heart of many high control groups lies a dangerous certainty, the belief that the future is already written. This is the essence of teleological thinking, the conviction that history is moving toward a predetermined outcome, whether ordained by God, destiny, or some inevitable arc of progress. Or, we're doomed! It's just a dictatorship! Ah! As though we can't change things every single day. People inside the system feel reassured by the belief. If everything is unfolding exactly as it should be, then there's no need to question, resist, or reimagine. Doubt becomes irrelevant. Morality becomes secondary to momentum. This is why cult leaders want you in apocalyptic thinking all the time. Because if you think there's nothing you can do to save the world, you're just going to sit down and hug your family. When a group leader insists that a particular outcome is fated, they reframe members' obedience as virtue and dissent as heresy. If the future is locked in, then any action taken in its service, no matter how extreme, is the justifiably correct one. A lie becomes strategy. A crime becomes sacrifice. Violence becomes prophecy fulfilled. Teleological thinking also creates a closed loop. If one path is inevitable, then every alternative is not just wrong, but dangerous. Compromise turns into treason. Debate becomes attack. Soon, people stop asking if they're doing the right thing. They start asking how quickly they can get there. It's a shortcut to extremism, where the greater good eclipses moral nuance and individual conscience. If the end is guaranteed, if your cause is just and preordained, then what's a little rule bending or a white lie? Or a strategically leaked war plan? #Signalgate. Yes, that's in the book. If the future is locked in, anything done in its service feels justified. And studies show that this kind of binary thinking isn't a personality quirk. It's a key cognitive trait linked to extremism. Paired with this belief in destiny is its shadow twin, apocalyptic thinking. The conviction that the end of the world is not only coming, but must come, and soon. In many...
Okay, so one of the things a lot of people don't understand about the Hare Krishna cult and ISKCON and these gaudiya-vaisnava teachings, all this stuff, is that it is apocalyptic. It's a death cult. It's the end of the world is coming. And Prabhupada says many times in his books, in his teachings, in his lectures, he says that the bombs are going to fall, the nuclear weapons are going to go off, and there's going to be destruction, and the cities are going to be uninhabitable, and that people are going to be eating each other for food, and there's going to be no food, and there's going to be just ISKCON farms where everything's going to be just A-OK, and it's going to be, evidently, it's going to be like Mad Max, where everybody's running around fighting each other, trying to find food and water and whatever, and the ISKCON farms are going to be like the compound, and they're going to be fighting off all these Mad Max people because that's where all the cows are giving milk, and they have all the prasadam, and that's where life is just hunky-dory, everything is cool. And so evidently all the Mad Max people are going to be fighting to get to the ISKCON farms because that's where life is good. That's what Prabhupada thinks. That's Prabhupada's idea of the end of the world. And he says it over and over in his books. And maybe you all don't know about it, but that's what he says. Yeah, you're confused. I agree. I agree 100%. You're confused. Just maybe you should just listen some more. Mike, have you ever experienced Krishna in your 20 years of devotion? Teachers can be fake to some extent, but Krishna is beyond. You are right in many things, but you're talking as an atheist now. So what do you think? What do you think I did for 20 years in the Hare Krishna? You tell me. Let me ask you. What do you think I did for 20 years in the Hare Krishna? What do you think I did? You think I read Prabhupada's books? You think I went to India? You think I hung out with swamis? You think I chanted japa and did all of that? What do you think I did? You tell me. You tell me what you think I did. Empty up your mind from the crap for now and listen up what goes in here. Gary, I think Gary is a Gaurahari guy. Gary's a Gaurahari guy, so you can't talk sense into him. They're in a cult. That's the thing. They're in a cult, so you expect this kind of behavior from cult members. You got to remember that everything that they're doing is to prevent us from getting through to them. It's like they're constantly putting these bricks up to keep the truth from entering into their mind. Okay, that's what these people are doing. Come on, we hear in the news every day same shit about apocalypse. Haha, it's in the Matrix world, man. Not only devotees are like that, but real devotees are not afraid of it all. I don't know what you're getting at. I'm telling you, I'm saying that the Hare Krishnas is a apocalyptic death cult. And you're arguing with me. I don't know why you want to argue with me, but you can go ahead and you can argue with yourself is what you can do. Because Mike's an atheist. Because Mike doesn't fall for your bullshit. You can call me an atheist if you want. If you need to put me in a box so you know how to counteract what I have to say, you can say, "Oh, he's an atheist." So that's go ahead. I don't care. I'm getting that a bit, but maybe that's where Mike is coming from, and that's okay. You surrendered your life, I think, for 20 years. You think so? Yes, you did, as we all did in there. But what happened to you to be so disappointed? Well, I woke up and I saw that it's a pedophile cult. I actually researched what Prabhupada says, and I read all the racism, and I read the sexism that he preaches, the racism he preaches. I read the sexism that he preaches. I read the child marriage that he involved himself in. I read the child marriage that he promoted and that he taught to his disciples. I read I've seen gurus molesting, gurus getting caught molesting little kids, and then they're protected. My own daughter was molested, and the molester was protected by the authorities in ISKCON. I seen gurus. I was the assistant to a swami for 10 years. I was a leading Ritvik, one of the heads of a Ritvik group for over 10 years. So you think maybe I surrendered myself to that? I don't know. And after all of that, I come to find out that they're protecting a bunch of pedophiles. One pedophile in particular, Tat Vadarshan. My friends went and tried to tell me that he wasn't really a pedophile because the girl was just 12 years old. And because she was 12 years old, that it was okay. So I didn't buy that. And what I saw in the books, what I saw when Prabhupada had an 11-year-old wife, and that he okayed 12-year-old girls being married to 19-year-old men, it all made sense. Then it made sense why these gurus can molest little girls, why my daughter can be molested by somebody, and everybody protects them. It all made sense. It made sense because they promote child marriage. Child marriage is in their books. It's in their teachings. Pedophilia is in their teachings. Well, Ramananda Roy is molesting two little girls. And they're calling him one of the most advanced devotees there is. So right there, I was like, wait a minute, this is a pedophile cult. Everything about this cult screams pedophilia, child marriage, letting pedophile gurus just molest whoever they want. My own daughter was molested by these guys, and nothing happened to the guy. They said, there's nothing we can do. There's nothing really we can do. And it's all in the books. It's in the books. It's in the teachings. Prabhupada's marrying 12-year-old girls to 19-year-old men. All of that. And you want to sit here and say, no. What made you leave? You want to ask me why I leave? Well, I just told you why I left. And let me hear you. What do you have to say about all that? What do you have to say about all of that? They came here to preach to you, Mike. They don't know what you've been through, or they're pretending they don't know. Well, I just told them. So now what do you have to say? You're not independent of anything. You're with Gora Hari. You're one of these freaks. You're one of these freaks, or you wouldn't be in here. Where is this freak? You're one of these people. You're Salted Bread or Jai Gopal or you're one of these fucking freaks, man.
These talks, and we're talking about the
These are your
same
people.
subject matter, the glories of giving up speculation
These are your
and just
people.
hearing things as they are and relishing the path of tasting the name and the pastimes and the qualities and learning that way.
You guys all come in here because you want to preach to me. You think that you guys think that you know something. You guys think it's so funny. You guys think that you know something. Yeah, so go talk about it. Go talk about the church if you want. Go talk about the Catholic Church. And nobody's talking about that. So why don't you go talk about that? Why don't you go talk about that? I understand it's crazy that's why we move on, but it's not Krishna. It's demonic agenda with let's talk about Krishna. Krishna kidnapped somebody's wife, took that guy's wife, Rukmini. You think that was right? Kidnap another man's wife? Krishna had sex with a bunch of little girls down by the river. Had a sex orgy. You think that's good? You think that's a good thing? You think that's something that we should teach our children and we should worship? Krishna had sex with the hunchback woman. Straightened out her back, but hey, he got a little. Krishna doing all kinds of shit. You think that's great? You think that's good? You like that? You like the pedophilia, the child marriage, and all that stuff? And Ramananda Roy touching on little girls, all that. You like all that stuff? I mean, I don't understand. I don't understand how you can sit here and tell, well, Krishna is cool. Krishna played the flute and had all the little girls that were married to grown men come have sex with him. And you're like, yeah, Krishna is a cool dude. Krishna stole the clothes off of the little girls that were swimming in the river and made them come up in front of him. They had to put their hand in front of their pubic area because they were embarrassed. And you like that. Now, if I did that, you'd have a problem with it. But you like that story. You think it's great. You think it's cool that Krishna did that and embarrassed those little girls. I don't know why you think that's cool. I just don't. I don't understand. Is this channel a cult? Where do I draw a line? Well, keep watching and I'll teach you about cults, because if you think that this is a cult, you're an idiot. You're an idiot if you think this is a cult. What makes this a cult? Because I'm talking about ISKCON being a cult and Gaura Hari being a cult, so you automatically go to, well, you're a cult too? Oh, come on, man. Are you really that stupid? That you gotta act like that? You gotta think that way? I mean, seriously, man. Am I telling people that I'm connected to God and that if you don't listen to me and wash my feet, you're not going to go back to Godhead and some Yamadutas are going to come? And am I saying that? Am I claiming to be anything? No, I'm not claiming to be anything. Am I telling these people in here to do anything? I'm not telling them to do a fucking thing. You think that everybody that goes to a Taylor Swift concert is in a fucking cult? Come on, man. You think that because everybody wants to go and watch a movie or they go to a friggin' baseball game that they're in a cult? Is that how you think? Is that how you rationalize this? Is that how you rationalize this? I mean, come on, let's not be stupid. Nobody's washing my feet. I'm not saying my books are the law books for the next 10,000 years. I ain't even fucking written a book. I'm not telling people that if you're not with me, you're against me, and that you need to have your head chopped off like Sissy Paul if you criticize me. You guys criticize me all the time. I don't give a fuck. No one's calling me Guru Dev and Maharaj, telling me that I'm giving them love of God and that I'm the greatest thing on the fucking face of the earth. Come on, man. You guys got to be fucking insane. Absolutely insane. If you think anyone is buying your shit, it's the same shit the ISKCON gurus. The ISKCON gurus say the same thing, and you're dumb enough to repeat it. Seriously, man. Seriously. That's how you can tell if someone's fucking brainwashed. They can't think for themselves. They just can't. They cannot think for themselves. They do not have an original, ordinary, normal thought. Everything in their head is coming through this fucking filter. Is the apophatic approach like this cult? You know, these people, there is healthy communities and there are unhealthy communities. We use the influence continuum to decide. These people that are in cults, man, they have no way. They're just so brainwashed, and there's no other word to describe it. They're brainwashed. Their brain has been flipped upside down. Mine was too. All of our brains. We were all this guy. That's why we know. That's why we can sit here and talk about. We understand how I was this guy one time. I was the same guy. I was like, hey, man, tell me who the real good. If you're so smart, you think you're so smart, you're just an atheist. You're an atheist, and all you atheists talk the same, and you all that. Typical atheist. It was the same. I was this guy. I was the same thing. Yeah, that they don't care. They're I gotta hand it to Ghana. He's made the greatest comment. He said, "It takes intelligence to recognize you're in a cult, and these people are just too stupid to recognize they're in the cult. And that's why I'm here. And I know it doesn't happen overnight. You got to hear it over and over and over. You're in a goddamn cult." A healthy community. People don't have to say this is not a cult. You don't go to the library and the librarian, as soon as you walk in, they go, "Hey, you don't have to worry. This is not a cult." You go to a bowling alley and nobody says, "Hey, you can bowl all you want and don't worry, it's not a cult." No, it's a bowling alley. But as soon as you go to a Hare Krishna temple and you get a book, you start reading it, the first thing they tell you is, "We're not a cult. We're a 5,000-year-old tradition." Well, why did you bring up the cult thing? A lot of politics are a cult. A lot of countries are a cult. Just about everything's a cult. Queen, when you really realize it, everything is culty. It's just a matter of how culty is it. Is it a 1 or is it a 10? Ding, 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 ding. If you have to say the Pledge of Allegiance every morning, put your hand over your heart and say, "I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands." That's in my brain. I remember it when I was a little kid. They put that in my head. I didn't put it there. They put it there. And it's there to this day. And we did that every fucking day. For 12 years, I said that Pledge of Allegiance, thinking that America is the greatest country in the world, and that we're the best and the best and the best. And I pledge allegiance to this flag. My ex-wife did not need kidnapping. What does kidnapping have? Kidnapping is kidnapping. It has nothing to do with a cult. You think that cults kidnap people and stick them in, they have them against their will? You don't know what a cult is. That's why I'm here. That's not a cult. That's a kidnapping. That's called kidnapping. A cult is when you voluntarily join by coercion and manipulation, and your labor is exploited. And there's a charismatic leader that cannot be questioned, with an us and them mentality, with a transcendent message, with a sacred assumption that there's a sampradaya and there's a pure devotee guru that can take your karma and will help you go back to Godhead, where you can become a 12-year-old little girl and get fucked by Krishna. That's a cult. Not a kidnapping. It's not a kidnapping. Scientology doesn't kidnap people against their will. People join Scientology. People join Jim Jones. Jim Jones and Jonestown didn't kidnap anybody. People joined. Waco didn't kidnap. Mormons don't kidnap anybody. Jehovah's Witness doesn't kidnap anybody. People join. I think Gary's the person that sent me the email. Gary, are you the person that sent me the email from Gora Hari's group? Are you the one whose spouse or loved one or whoever it is in, and you don't want anyone to know who you are? Are you that person, Gary? Sure sounds like it. My ex-wife did not need kidnapping. See, it sounds like, I don't know, man. People don't understand. People think that cults, they confuse kidnapping with cults. Well, if you join, it's not a cult. Yes, that's what makes it a cult. Otherwise, it's a kidnapping. It's a kidnapping and unlawful detention. Kidnapping, being held against your will. People are so stupid. That's why I'm here, to educate people and let them know there's a difference between kidnapping and cults. Cults people join. Kidnapping is a crime. When you kidnap someone, you stick them in the trunk of the car and you drive them to somewhere. That's kidnapping. It's not a cult. Now, cults may kidnap you. That's two different things happening at the same time. Okay? That's a coincidence. Gary is a Gorahari person. I know that for a fact. Gary, this is an anti-cult channel. Gary's a Gorahari person. Because they can't stop talking about me. They come in here and they monitor what I'm doing. They monitor what I'm saying. And they monitor my thumbnails. That's why I put Gorahari on the thumbnail, because I know that he's gonna. I know it's gonna get to him, because he's a cult leader, and he doesn't understand it. If you've got someone emailing me and they don't want to reveal who they are because they're afraid of the repercussions of revealing themselves, then it's a cult. It's a goddamn cult. Pity, no, I don't think Krishna did that. We cannot know that. That is pure. Well, then you're not reading Prabhupada's books. If you would read Prabhupada's books like I did, maybe you'd learn something. Maybe you can become a super white Hindu too, like me. I was once a super white Hindu, and I know what Krishna did. I know. I read Krishna book. You didn't read Krishna book? You didn't read the 10th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam? Come on. So if the people who study cults claim this is a worrisome cult, then it's most likely a worrisome cult. If cult experts say it's a cult and ex-members say it's a cult, then it's a. If it walks like a duck, then it's a duck. It quacks, it's a duck. This is what happens to cult followers. They lose the discerning ability to tell what's a cult and what's not. Yeah, they're brainwashed into this 5,000-year tradition. They think that, it has all the characteristics of a cult, but because of the lies, because it's not 5,000, there's no 5,000-year-old anything. You might have a 5,000-year-old rock, but you ain't got no 5,000-year-old anything. God damn it, it just ain't. It ain't. Yes. Gary, you're too dumb. Gary, you're too dumb. You're a Gorahari follower. You follow Gorahari. I already know. I know for a fact. They're too blind. They've been brainwashed. That's why it's called brainwashing. They've been brainwashed. We all were. That's why we know. I was brainwashed. I know. Thinking one day I'm going to go to the cow planet to eat rice forever is lame. Yeah, you got to eat the good rice. It's good rice. The good rice. You got to eat the good rice. And I might become a little girl to sleep with God. Like, bro, yeah, I know. That's what they want. You know, that's what they want. Mike and the rest of us exposing all ISKCON other cult crimes, facts only. We've got enough knowledge on this subject. The truth will set us free. Yeah, and I feel good that I'm sharing. Man, I'm going to tell you right now, I've never felt better than when I'm sharing what I know so that people will know what's going on. I feel great doing this. I know that people are learning about cults. They're learning that Hare Krishna is a cult. People are reaching out to me. The guy from this parental network wants to talk to me. Agora Hari people reaching out to me. I've never felt better than this, doing this. This is great, and you guys are all part of it. I'm telling you, you guys, and soon I'll be able to. You'll be able to join me in here. I'll be able to send you a link. I don't know when, but one day I'll be able to send you a link, and you come on. If those of you that want to come on and talk and share your story right along with me, like my daughter did, you'll be able to do that soon. One day, I promise. I'll have that. Yeah, tell me that ain't some weird shit. Drink my foot water. Drink my foot water. Wash my feet and drink the water. Humiliate yourself so I know that you're truly my disciple. Now, how do I know you're truly my disciple? Unless you drink that water. Drink it. Drink it up. This is good. Friggin' disgusting. Look, I'm sorry you had such a painful experience. No, you're not really sorry. You're not really sorry. What you're sorry about is you're sorry that I'm on here talking about it. You're not really sorry that I had a bad experience because you think that good experiences negate the bad experience. So like for every bad experience, there's a good experience, and so then they just kind of go away. So all the bad experiences are just canceled out by the good ones. You think that because, my daughter was molested, but because somebody had a good experience and they weren't molested, and that cancels it out. And then, for every bad experience, there's a good experience, and it cancels it out, and it goes away. And, and so then it's not really, so what? That's what you think. That's your attitude, right? Sorry you had a bad one, but everybody else, but all the good ones. So the good ones cancel out your bad ones. So, I'm sorry you had a bad one. Bad, I had bad luck. Sorry you had a bad one. I'll send you some love from Montenegro. I'm sorry your daughter was molested, but I'll send you some love. Like, what does that do? Hold on, let me see if I got your love from Montenegro yet. Hey, did I get any love from Montenegro yet? No? Hasn't shown up yet. I don't know when it's going to get here. I don't know when it's going to get here. But when it gets here, I'll let you know. I guess. I don't know. This is my good comment. Idiots. The fact that you think demonic entities are here trying to make Krishna bad is sort of sad. I know. That's just demonic. Yeah. I have to admit, this fungus foot washing ceremonies in ISKCON were most degrading and humiliating experiences of my life. Ashamed and embarrassed, cult freaking brainwash. Yeah, I mean, again, I never had the pleasure of drinking a foot fungus smoothie, but I did drink the water and the chartamrita that came off the deities and that came off of Prabhupada's murti. I drank that. It was just a little bit in the hand, and that I did that. Yeah, Gary, you're not adding anything. If you're not adding anything to the conversation, then you're distracting from the conversation. I ain't gonna have it. You did not understand what I have written. I said demonic entities are unfortunately in the temples and gurus, not here. Here is a wounded person. All right. Well, you think what you want. You think what you want. If you think that there's demonic entities and demon heads eating the moon, I have news for you. You're the wounded person. This cult did more damage than you can recognize. And I'm glad you're here. You heard the truth. You're hearing the truth from me. You know where you can come and hear the truth, not only from me, but from so many others. And so you're welcome to come and join in and hear the truth, because you really are damaged. You're damaged by this cult. You think there's demonic entities. You think there's demon heads eating the moon. You think that Krishna steals the clothes of little girls, and that's something that you should worship. That's really, it's sick and disgusting. And I hope you get help. I do. I hope you get help. I hope all of you people that are in this cult get help. It's sad. It's sad to see people that are brainwashed like this. It's a major problem which all cult followers face, but choose to remain. And yes, that's what, yeah, exactly. And that's why it's not a kidnapping. They're not kidnapped. They're there. Rafael wasn't kidnapped. I wasn't kidnapped. And Vanessa wasn't kidnapped. She joined voluntarily. She wasn't kidnapped. She joined. She voluntarily drinks the foot water. She believes in the pedophilia. She believes in the child marriage. She believes in the gurus. She believes in all of that. Otherwise, she wouldn't be here trying to calling me a wounded person. If she didn't think I was wounded, she has to believe all that shit if she thinks I'm wounded, because she thinks I'm talking bad. And all I'm doing is saying pedophilia is wrong, child marriage is wrong, worshiping gurus is wrong. All this shit is damaging to people. And she doesn't like that. She says I'm wounded. She thinks there's something wrong with me. And so that is some brainwashing. That is really some heavy duty brainwashing. And I have to tell you, I was where Vanessa is. Rafael and I were both. We were both, everybody. We were all in it. We were all defending it. We were defending all the bullshit. We believed in it. We defended it. My daughter was molested, and I believed the bullshit. I believed that it was just some guy. Some bad guy. This one bad guy. It had nothing to do with Prabhupada. It had nothing to do with ISKCON. It had nothing to do with the books. It had nothing to do with the teachings. It had nothing to do with the gurus. It had nothing to do with the Manu Samriti or the Vedas. It was just this one bad guy. That was my failure. So I stayed in, because I believe that what happened to my daughter was just it did happen. It just happened. But then when I came to my senses, when I realized the truth, that it's a pedophile cult with pedophile gurus and people like Vanessa that will defend them, and women that will defend the sexism, and women that will defend little kids getting molested by gurus, women that will defend these gurus for molesting these little girls, other gurus that will defend these gurus that are molesting little kids, raping little boys, torturing little kids, marrying little girls off. And people like Vanessa will sit there and defend it. And when I speak out about it, they say, oh, this man he's wounded. This poor man is wounded. Something happened to him. Fuck them kids that he's talking about. It's this guy that has a problem. Fuck all the kids, all the Rupa Manjaris that have been beaten by their husbands. Fuck all these little kids that had to sue ISKCON to get some kind of justice. Fuck my daughter who was molested by these freaks. And then Swava said, well, there's nothing we can do about the guy. He can live here as long as he wants. And then the whole community turned against us. And then people like Vanessa and Gary will sit there and play dumb and act like, well, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. You're just bitter. You're just bitter, and you're wounded, and you're broken, and you're this and you're that. That's what makes it a cult. And if you don't know, now you know. No, I understand you're trying to state demons are at fault for Krishna gurus having the belief your cult promotes that children are sexy. Yeah, absolutely. They want to blame it on something. They gotta blame it on something. But when the head of your cult married an 11-year-old little girl and forced her to sleep with him until she stopped crying, that's abuse. Yeah, absolutely. They don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about that. And he proudly describes how she was bawling her eyes out, horrified the first. Yeah, but over time, she learned to stop crying. She learned to stop crying. That's an evil man. That's a disgusting piece of shit. And he wants to claim that he's a God man. He's a holy man. And that's the head of your religion. That's the guy they worship. They worship him like he's God. That's a psychopath that's a child in a sexual way and getting off on it. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. And that's why, that's the main reason why, when I read that, I was disgusted. I couldn't believe it. My cover is blown. Heaven help me. You never had a cover. We knew all along. I know you. I read you guys like a book. I fought those bastards in ISKCON, made them shake and lose position. We had more issues with money and fame. I read all the books, never read what you told me here. You haven't read all the books. You don't know it all, because you're still in it. If you knew the truth, you'd have nothing to do with it. That's the bottom line. You wouldn't have anything to do with anything, Krishna. You wouldn't have anything to do with Prabhupada. You wouldn't have anything to do with Narayan Maharaj. You wouldn't have anything to do with the books. You wouldn't have anything to do with anything. And you think I don't know what I'm talking about? You're out of your mind. I can honestly say with 100% certainty that you'll never know as much as I know about this cult. In fact, I've forgotten more than you'll ever know. I don't care how long you've been in it. I don't care how many gurus you had. I don't care who initiated you. I don't care if it was Narayan. I don't care if you were initiated by Vishnu himself. I know for a fact that you don't know as much as me. Because, you know why? Because you're still in it. You're still in it. If you knew as much as me, you wouldn't be in it. You'd be out. And you'd be doing what I'm doing. That's how I know. That's how I know. If you knew what I know, you'd be doing what I'm doing. Don't give me your bullshit. You've read all the books. You ain't read all the books. There are very few people that I can say know more about this shit than I do. And there are. There's people that know more than me. I'm not saying I know everything more than anybody. There are people that know more than me, that know a lot more than me. And some of them come in here. And some of them are in here right now. And I admit that. Yeah. They think they know. They think they know. Oh, I took initiation from Sachinandan Swami. And then I went over to Narayan Maharaj. And then I was listening to Shamarani. And now I'm with Gaurahari. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. The sweet rice. This is the good rice. The sweet rice, the good rice. Lochan, man, you got all my respect, man. Lochan might know more than me. He might know more than me. He grew up in it. I ain't got nothing bad to say about anybody who grew up in this shit and survived. I just have all respect for anyone that had to deal with this shit at a young age. Gary, I think Gary might be the one that emailed me. I'm not sure. Somebody's emailing me. I just heard about this cult 2 years ago, and I literally know all of this. Took 2 seconds to research and finds the speech where he describes doing this to a little girl. I know. That's what I'm saying. These people, these and I found that information before I found Mike or the Reddit of survivors who were all harmed by this. Yeah, I know. It's not. It's so easy. It's so easy to find it, and then you can find things like this. You can go to the database and you can find this here, like this letter where Prabhupada says, "This is a letter to Satsvarup." Okay, I'm gonna come on screen with this one. So. Here, he says, I'm going to go right here. April 19, 1968. My dear Satsvarup, please accept my blessings. I thank you very much for your letter and have noted the content. So far, you're being given work. There is no need for you to feel concerned. You're already helping on Srimad Bhagavatam. Certainly, we are not going to say these things about the Negro people publicly. We have no distinction between black or white or demon or demigod, but at the same time, so long one is a demon or demigod, we have to behave in the proper way. Just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He had no distinction between a tiger and a man. He was so powerful that he could convert even a tiger to dance. So far as we are concerned, we should not imitate and go to some tiger and try to make him dance, but still, tiger is equally eligible like a man. So you can understand that these talks are not for the public, as they have not got the ability to understand. So what is he doesn't want him to talk about? Because he's talking shit about black people? I mean, you don't have to be a genius to figure that out. You don't have to be a genius to figure that out. You just don't. Certainly, we are not going to say these things about the Negro people publicly. Well, why not? Because he's a racist. So what does he do? So what he does, like all cult members do, like all cult leaders do, like Gora Hari does. Gora Hari says the same thing. He says, so you can understand that these talks are not for the public, as they have not got the ability to understand. That's what Gora Hari says. He says, we laugh and cry, but Mike, he can't understand that. He doesn't understand why I blow my nose and why we laugh and cry. Mike has not got the ability to understand. They think we're crazy. But that's because when one is demoniac or atheistic, we should try to avoid their company. A preacher's business is to love God, to make friendship with devotees, to enlighten the innocent, and to avoid the demons. So you have to demonize somebody. Let's demonize Mike. Mike's not a devotee, even though he was initiated. He spent 20 years in ISKCON. We don't consider him a devotee. But the guru that molests the little girls and the little boys, we consider them gurus, even though they're pedophiles. But Mike, not so much. So don't talk about how black people belong in the jungle and how black people are drunkards and how black people just go for drinking. If you build a library, they're just going to go to drink. They're not going to go to read any books. Don't say that in public. We're not going to talk about the Negro people in public like that. You know, they might talk shit about me. But actually, I'm going to tell you the story about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and how he delivered a tiger. He made a tiger dance. So if he could make a tiger dance, we certainly should be able to make a Negro man dance. So go out and convert the Negroes, those dangerous Negroes. You can convert them. They can be, they're just a bunch of drunkards anyway. Give them some prashadam, and we'll take them in. They can sell my books. They were slaves at one time. Well, I'll put them back to work. That's what this guy is saying. That's this Prabhupada guy, the guy that married an 11-year-old girl, had sex with her until she got pregnant, had a baby at 14. He was 26. Anyway, I wish you peace. You don't wish me peace. You don't. Yeah, that's what they want you to think. Yeah, you just keep on thinking that. You keep on thinking that, and that's you're just like Prabhupada. Certainly, we're not going to say these things in public. We're going to say that it's child's play. We're going to say we're not going to think it's sexual, even though Krishna's having an orgy. And Prabhupada's talking about how these 11-year-old girls, their breasts were full, their hips were wide, and milk was flowing from their nipples. And they went down, they left their husbands because they heard, but it's not sexual at all. And when Krishna is stealing their clothes and they're coming out of the river naked, and nothing sexual at all. No, it's just child's play. It's just children being kids. Yeah, absolutely. But you know what? Us adults, we like to hear these stories about naked little girls and all of this stuff. Yeah, Ramananda Roy rubbing his hands all over little girls. We like to hear that because, we don't get enough pornography in our Brahmin life. Well, that's what we want to hear about. We hear about Mohini. Have you heard about Mohini when Lord Shiva was chasing her around and her breasts were big and her hips were sweaty? Yeah, we don't get enough of that. Yeah, we have peace. You're absolutely right. They have peace since they left and were able to speak out. Your cult is still harming children. And not only that, but they can't speak out. This person in Gaurahari's class, in Gaurahari's group, somebody in this group is unable to speak out. They can't speak out because they're afraid of what's going to happen. They're afraid of what's going to happen. And he says, "I'm not a cult leader. I'm just teaching a 5,000-year-old tradition." And yet this person is tormented mentally because she doesn't agree with this crap. But her or his or whoever, husband, wife, father, mother, is stuck like noodles. Stuck. Look at Noodles there. Does she look happy?
Okay. So, and we're doing it right in front of everybody. This is amazing.
Yeah, you're doing it right in front of everybody.
Daunted. You guys, that to me, that's the test. I mean, I'm looking at you guys, and you're still here. Even all the world and the ISKCONs and all these other devotees. These guys are sahajas. They're crazy and all of that.
Yeah, you guys are crazy. Let me get on screen for this one. Yeah, you guys are crazy. Let me get over here. Let me put myself in the Hollywood Squares. Right there. In the Hollywood Squares. Yeah, you guys are crazy. Absolutely. Look at Noodles. Noodles knows that this is insanity.
But, you're still here. And because you're getting taste, you're seeing the result of these things. It's working.
What's the result? What's working? That you laugh and cry? You laugh and cry? I can laugh and cry. What is working? Look at Noodles. Noodles is like, Noodles is my favorite.
We don't accept that they say we are sahajas because we feel it's so true.
Yeah.
We know what you are giving us. We know what we feel. We know how we grow.
Well, if all it takes,
only that, because of knowledge. Because
if all it takes is because you feel it, I could say that a crackhead is feeling it. A crackhead is feeling a bliss from smoking crack. Does that make it real? Does that make it valuable or worth something? Does it make it beneficial to be a crackhead? Does it make it beneficial to be in a group where you can't speak the truth and speak your mind because you're afraid that your wife is going to leave you? Or you'll never speak to your mother again because you don't want to be in this friggin' cuckoo's nest? Seriously. Somebody's reaching out to me. They're in here. One of the
You see, when you're here in this situation with a higher knowledge coming through because of ecstatic worship, like we're
higher knowledge, ecstatic worship, but this person feels trapped. What good is that? What good is this, your so-called higher knowledge and whatever this bullshit is, if this person feels trapped? This person feels trapped from this bullshit. They think it's a fucking game. They think it's fucking a game. Playing with people's lives. Playing with people's lives. And I'm going to tell you right now. This person that's contacting me, because this is not the first time, this person that's contacting me, it's not going to turn out well for them. The worst that what they are trying to avoid happening is going to happen. It's going to take some time, but it's going to happen. Because they know the truth now. There's no going back. The worst thing that could have happened is they found me. And not only did they find me, but they found all of us. And we're all saying the same thing. And they can see it, and it's plain as day. And I'm telling you, it's not going to end good. It's not going to end good for this person. It's just not. You never read about Krishna playing the fool with all the gopis in his adolescence. I don't know. This Vanessa is probably a Gorahari. And Gorahari doesn't have, what the fuck do they know? They're following a fucking idiot. They're following a friggin' dreamer.
I'm just a dreamer, but you are just a dream.
That's it. That's all it is.
All right.
He gets to sit there and be guru. He gets to sit there and all of these people sit there and tell him how great he is. Nobody's telling me I don't give a fuck. Nobody's telling me I'm great because I'm not. I'm just doing this. This doesn't take no talent. This doesn't take anything. Just get on there and start talking. Nobody has to wash my feet. Nobody has to call me Guru Dave. No one has to do any of that bullshit. I bet deity worshippers put their feet in the charnel. Who knows what? No, I'm sorry. As I know lots of people who had similar experiences, we all were basically exploited in the institutions. Nothing cancels that, bro. I don't know, man. You're like all over the place. You're like, oh, I'm sorry, but hey, it's great, but hey, I'm sorry, and it's great. It's like you recognize it's bad, but you still want it to be good. And I don't know. That ain't good. That ain't healthy. It ain't healthy to think like that. It ain't healthy to say, hey, all these children were molested, and all these people were harmed, and all of these suicides, and all of these women have been abused, and all of these gurus falling down, molesting little kids, all of this shit going on. It's a fucking shit circus. But you still want it to be good. You still have this idea that it's something good. That it's something good. That it's something that we should strive for, that we can clean it up, we can make it better. Fuck, I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't get it, man. You don't know what love is. You don't know what you think love is worshiping some statue or some guru who's never done a fucking thing in his life. And you think this is all fun and games. All these people that have been harmed, all these children that have been harmed. Yeah, I'm a comedian, I laugh and I joke all the time. But I'm not going to laugh and joke when we're talking about my daughter being molested. I'm not going to laugh, I'm not going to make a joke about it. I mean, maybe, I don't know. There, okay, I made a joke. No, I'm not going to make a joke about it. I just support Krishna, not the institution. No, you do support. You support it. You want to have your cake and eat it too. You want to have one, but not you want to have Krishna, but not all the abuse. And it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. I mean, you can say, yeah, I love Krishna and all that, but you got to give up all this other bullshit. And if you're not willing to do that, then you're just fucking bullshitting yourself. You're lying to you, you're pretending. You're cosplaying, you're just another pretender. You gotta accept the facts that this Krishna bullshit harms so many people. And you want to have the Krishna without the harm. And it don't work that way. It just don't. It just don't. Cult members get off on trying to prove people wrong. However, they can't do that here. We've been there for years. We know what they're all about. Yeah, I know. The cult members, they think that this is that we're non-devotees. Like we don't know what we're talking about, and they're going to come in and they're going to set us straight. No, it ain't going to work here. You got the wrong live stream. I'm sorry. That's why you don't see any of these gurus coming in. You don't see your Shodanandan coming in here. You don't see Paranjan coming in here. You don't see any of these real staunch ISKCON gurus. Because they know. They ain't got, what are they going to do? What are they going to say? They ain't going to come in and talk with a cult guy. They tried that. They tried that years ago. Back in the 80s, Sri Dayananda went on there with Rick Ross and Ted Patrick, and they fucking exposed them for being the fucking idiots that they are. They ain't gonna do that. They're gonna have their mock debates. Gaura Hari gonna come in here and act like, what the fuck's he gonna do? He comes in here and he says the same bullshit. Wants to defend himself. Dude, you're a dreamer, you're a fake, you're a phony, you're just like all the rest. You think Sri Dayananda is going to waste his time coming in here? Or any of these guys coming in here? They could. Sri Mukunda is waiting. Come on in. Yashodanandan, come on in. Come in here. Dhamma Ghosh. Paranjan, Lenny Sislak, all you other fuckers, Tattva Darshan, Madhu Pandey, Chanchalapati, Krishna Cult. Come on in. What other fuckers? How about these guys? How about these guys? Come on in here and talk your bullshit. Where is this? I can't get this going. Let me see. I guess here.
मुद्दों को उठाया, उसको लेकर कई सारे प्रश्न उस वीडियो के कमेंट्स में आए हैं, जिन कमेंट्स के प्रश्नों का आज हम लोग प्रभु जी से उत्तर लेने का प्रयत्न करेंगे और ये सीरीज आगे चलती रहेगी। हम आप लोगों से आग्रह करते हैं कि आप
You guys are all bullshitters. They can come in here, challenge me, tell me I'm full of shit. And they know that they're full of shit. They know that there ain't no 5,000-year-old tradition. They know there ain't nobody chanting Hare Krishna 5,000 years ago. They know ain't no demon head eating the moon. And if they do, they're fucking idiots. You come on in here, and I'll tell them to their face, you're a fucking idiot. That's like me saying I'm a Catholic, but I don't support the Vatican. Unfortunately, by default, you do. Yeah, you know, you can't. No, like I've said, if you say I'm not in ISKCON and I don't read Prabhupada's books, I'm not in ISKCON, but I like to go to ISKCON temple, or I like to go to Krishna temple. I like to see Krishna, the statues, and whatever, and I don't have a problem. There's nothing wrong with that. There's millions of people, millions of Hindus are doing that every day, and they don't have anything to do with ISKCON. They don't have anything to do with ISKCON at all. They don't have anything to do with these gurus. They don't have anything to do with pedophilia. They don't have anything to do with child marriage. Anything to do with any of that. So that can be done. But don't tell me that you're reading Prabhupada's books, and you were initiated by Satchidananda Swami, and then you went to Narayan Maharaj. Right there, you said enough already. I don't need to hear any more. I don't need to hear any more. And you can take all of that shit, shove it up your ass. That's what I'm saying. And yes, we support reality here. We support reality because it's mentally healthy. Believing in these fantasies, believing in these mythologies, and thinking that it's going to affect your life in some way, and the chanting and the giggling and the laughing and all that bullshit is somehow doing something for you, is not mentally healthy. All right? It's not mentally healthy. It's not good for your mental health to believe in these fucking wacky fucking stories and fantasies and mythologies. It's not. If you go around thinking that there's a woman with snakes coming out of her head, and if you look at her, that you're going to turn to stone, the Medusa ass and shit. If you believe that that woman is real, and she's walking around somewhere, and that if you pray real hard, you're going to go back to her planet where you're insane. And these guys are insane. Because that's what they believe. They believe in four-armed guys with sleeping on a snake and washing feet and drinking the foot fungus smoothies and all of that crap. And throwing rice in a fire and saying swaha and the guru, and now you're a pure devotee and you can molest kids and get away with it, and you can have a 12-year-old wife and all that bullshit. Come on in here. We'll talk about Prabhupada and his 11-year-old wife, and Prabhupada and his racism and his sexism and his bullshit. We'll talk about that. We'll pull up the database and we'll talk about all the conversations where Prabhupada talks about the Negroes. We'll talk about all the conversations where Prabhupada talks about women and how they're lowlifes. We'll talk about all that. We'll talk about Ramananda Roy rubbing his hands all over naked little girls. And why is Prabhupada naming all the women Devi Dasis when Devi Dasis were little girls that danced in front of Lord Jagannath? And why are you giving grown women the name, calling them little Devi Dasis? That's some weird shit. When do we get the good rice? Well, ham sandwich, you got to go beg for some good rice. Oh, here we go again. Krishna's I've experienced. What did you experience? Well, if you're reading Prabhupada's books and you're promoting Prabhupada's books, then you're promoting pedophilia and child marriage. I don't care what you say. So you tell me right now that you denounce Prabhupada and Prabhupada's child marriage in his books. So go ahead and just say it. Otherwise, I'm going to keep saying that that's what you do promote. You do promote it. If you're promoting Prabhupada in his books, you're promoting child marriage and pedophilia. And if you can't say that Prabhupada was a pedophile and Prabhupada was wrong for marrying a 12-year-old girl to a 19-year-old man in 1977, if you can't say that, then I got a problem with you. I'm with you, Queen. I don't believe any of them were real. I don't believe Chaitanya was real. I believe that maybe Chaitanya was a conglomerate of a bunch of different people. But I don't believe they're bullshit. I just don't. I just don't. And I don't care. And I don't care. Okay, just so you know, the books about Krishna written by Prabhupada, all BS. Prabhupada is the biggest scammer there is. And these people don't realize. They read a book by Prabhupada and they go, oh, I'm a super white Hindu now. Yeah, you can believe whatever you want to believe. You can believe there's a demon head eating the moon. And that's what we're talking about, is that people do believe what they want to believe. You don't have to tell me. We all know. Everybody believes what they want to believe. You don't have to make that statement. That's happening. That's happening now. It's always happened. People believe what they want to believe. And you believe in a fantasy. You believe that these stories that were written 1,000 years ago are somehow 5,000 years old, and that somehow that they're real. And that there's a planet of cows and with little girls, and you believe all that stuff. I mean, go ahead and believe it. But I'm here to tell you that if you're believing that stuff, you're in a cult. And that's the point of this show. That if you're believing this shit like this person here, you're in a cult. All scholarships say that Jesus was a real... Now, not all scholarships say that Jesus was a real historical person. Now, there are people that say that Jesus was a real historical person, and there are people that say that Jesus was not a historical person. It's up to you to decide. Krishna, on the other hand, there's nobody that says that Krishna was a real person playing a flute. There's not one historical, archaeological, anything, not one shred of evidence that says that Krishna was a real person. That's the difference. I've never heard about those things you're talking about. Which 11-year-old girl? What are you talking about? You told me that you've been a Hare Krishna for 10 years. You were initiated by Satchidananda Swami. And then you went to Narayan Maharaj. And now you're telling me you don't know stuff. Now you're asking me like I'm your guru. You don't know that Prabhupada married an 11-year-old girl? You don't know that? How many times, man? How many times do we have to go through this? How many times we got to go through this with Prabhupada and his 11-year-old wife? This is why I say the one he married. This is known information. This is well known. What do you mean? This is why I said you'll never know as much as me, and I meant it. Because now you're saying you don't even know that Prabhupada had an 11-year-old wife. Do you know what he said about Abraham Lincoln? Do you know what he said about Martin Luther King? Do you know what he said about black people? Do you know what he said about Jews? Do you know what he said about Hitler? Do you know that he said that you can beat a woman? Do you know these things? And why don't you know these things? How can you take initiation from Satchidananda Swami and then go to Narayan Maharaj and you don't know what's in these books? Saying you don't know, you never heard this shit, is not the flex you think it is. Because here you're going to find out you've been spending 10 years in a friggin' pedophile cult and you didn't know it. Fucking A. Prabhupada didn't protect anybody. Prabhupada didn't protect any of his women from his disciples. He didn't protect any devotee children from being raped. He didn't give a fuck about those kids. He said, fuck them kids. Fuck them kids was Prabhupada's mantra. I definitely would never know. I do not care about the cult. I care about the truth. Yeah, you don't, see, that's the thing, is you don't care. You don't care about all the harm that this Krishna worship causes. You don't care. And like I said earlier, you don't care. So what if your daughter was molested? So what if all these children were molested? So what if all these children committed suicide? So what if all these Hare Krishnas committed suicide? So what? I love Krishna, and I'm gonna be a Hare Krishna. I'm gonna read these books. I'm gonna spread these books, and I don't care how it harms people. I just don't care that it harms people. That's what you just said. I don't care. I definitely would never know. I do not care about the cult. I care about the truth and in Krishna, and Krishna is not real. So you don't care about the harm that this fake ass bullshit causes. That's how disgusting this cult is. Once it gets a hold of your brain, it gets in there, fucks up their brain, they're never coming back. They're like, I don't care. I don't care about I don't care. They're just like, I don't care. There you go. Thanks for finding it. I was trying to find it, but I couldn't find it. There you go. I was married when my wife was only 11 years old. I was 20, and he says, I was 22. I was 22 years old, he says. Yeah, okay. That's good. Srimad Bhagavatam. See, Queen of Karma. See, and that's the thing is, you can go right to the database. Queen of Karma. She knows how to use that thing. She can go find it, pull it up. Look at that. I was married when I was 11 years old. I was 22 years. She did not know what sex is. 11 years girl. She didn't know what sex was, but he showed her. 22-year-old man, he knew. Much respect for the queen, man. That's why she's queen. That's why she's the queen. She knows her stuff. Yes, I wonder too why Krishna did not protect those children. Because he's not real. Because he's not real. He's not real. That's why he didn't protect them, because he's not real. I cannot blame Krishna for the crime of humans. Because you're brainwashed. You're brainwashed. You believe in a fantasy. The answer's staring you in the face. Why didn't Krishna protect those children? Because he's not real. He just let it happen. Krishna just sat by and watched. Krishna sat by and watched all those children being raped and tortured. He watched all those devotees commit suicide, all those women being beaten by their husbands. He watched Narayan beat Rupa Manjari every night and then rape her for 3-4 years. He watched. Krishna watched. And he didn't do anything about it. And then you come along and you hear about it and you go, I don't give a fuck. You're like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck that Krishna didn't do anything. I don't care that Krishna says, I will protect my devotee, and then he just doesn't do anything when his devotee children that are born into the movement, they had no say in the matter. Their fucking parents stuck them in a goddamn concentration camp so they could be abused, raped, molested, tortured, starved, beaten. And you sit there and go, so what? Amazing. It's just amazing. It's just amazing. Mike, you don't dream with gurus. That's your problem. I know. I don't. I that's my flaw. That's my fatal flaw. It's my fatal flaw. I experience God within, and He guides me. No need for a big book. Yeah. How do you do that? How does God? How does He do that? Why don't you ask Him one time when you're experiencing God? Why don't you ask Him and say, why didn't you protect those children? God, hey God, I'm experiencing you. I feel you all through my body right now. Can you tell me why you didn't protect those children? Or do you not want to upset God when you're feeling it? So I want to know, next time you experience God within, when you're experiencing it and you really feel him and you're feeling him, it's really strong, just stop and say, hey, why didn't you protect those children that got molested in the Gurukula? And why didn't you protect Rupa Manjari? They were praying to you. They were praying for you for protection. They were praying. And you didn't, why'd you turn your back? Well, you're not going to do that. I know you're not going to do I know you're not going to do that. You started off here claiming you read all the books and scriptures and knew nothing was written about child abuse. Now you claim no need for the book. Yeah, you can't believe them. You can't believe they're brainwashed, they're coerced and manipulated, they're herobotic, they're right, righteous, and mighty at all costs. They're never wrong, they're always right. Right, righteous, and mighty. They're never wrong. So Vanessa she'll never, Vensa, whatever her name is, she'll never admit that she's wrong. So yeah, when I say that I know everything in the book, she's going to say, well, I've read all the books. When I say I've been in it for 20 years, she's like, I've been in it for 10. When I say that I did this and that, she's like, well, I was initiated by Satchidananda Swami. And I went to Narayan Maharaj. And I know everything. And then when it comes down to all the bullshit in the books, she says, well, I don't need any book. I experienced God myself. So it's always, whatever they're doing is right, righteous, and mighty. It can never get where there's an error. It's like, I'm doing this. Well, that's wrong. Well, I do this. Well, then I do that. And then I do this. It's a constant one-upping. Oh, you were this? Well, I was with this guy. Well, I was with that. Well, I did this. Well, I was in the temple for 10 years. Well, I was with Satchidananda Swami. Well, I went with Narayan Maharaj. Well, I read all the books. Well, I don't need no book. I'm not in the cult, but I dislike Krishna. Well, I don't care that Krishna did that because I'm happy. And it's just a constant right, righteous, and mighty. Right, righteous, and mighty at all costs. I am never wrong. I'm always right because I'm in a cult. And the cult is always right. And whatever I'm doing is right, righteous, and mighty. That's it. That's it. And that's it. The gurus do it. The temple presidents do it. The devotees do it. We all did it. We all did it. That's why we know. That's why it's so obvious to us what's going on, because we did it. Yeah, they got to. They got to. They got to learn. They got to learn. Yeah, if you were, it's strange that someone can say, well, I was in it for 10 years, I read all the books, and I was initiated by Satchidananda, and then some basic stuff they don't know. Basic stuff. And that's why I can honestly say with 100%, I know more than you, because I know most of you out there didn't read. Most of you out there didn't read. You're chanting Hare Krishna, and you're bouncing around, and you're distributing books, but you're not reading shit. And not only did I actually read everything, I actually read every single book. I actually read it. I also worked at ITV, subtitling lectures, where I was listening to lectures over and over and over again. And I had the complete set of Prabhupada's lectures, and I watched those over and over and over again. I mean, I was a Hare Krishna, man. I was in it. I know it's hard to picture me. That's why I show the pictures of me back, those pictures of me at the end, the ending credits. When you see those, what do you think I was doing when I looked like that? Man, I was in it, deep. Prabhupada worshipped himself just in the same way he worshipped Krishna. I know. Eating his own food, offering to his idol. I know. It's so funny. Every time I heard about Prabhupada and his teen wife, I feel a jarring sensation. It was jarring to me because I believed somewhere I heard he was 16. He was 16, she was 14 or something, and then they didn't have sex until they were, and that's a complete fabrication. I don't know where I heard that from. I don't know where I heard that. But there's this whole fabricated story about their marriage. And it's not true at all because Prabhupada gives it away in his own words. It's so amazing. The moment you find out the founder of this cult was a nasty criminal who had sex with a child and berated women, you understand it's all rigged. He ain't no pure anything. Absolutely, Tim, you hit the nail on the head. You hit the nail on the head because what that does, when you come to that conclusion, it all makes sense. Everything about the gurus makes sense. The molestation, the gurukula, the child marriage, the racism, it all makes sense. Why gurus fall down? Why his movement didn't take over? Why is so small? Why everything? Because it's bullshit. You realize that it's all bullshit. It's like Scientology is bullshit. Ain't no Xenu, ain't no volcanoes putting in DC3, and all that is bullshit. And you realize that Hare Krishna is the same. It's all bullshit. And there's only one conclusion after that is that I'm out of here. I'm out of here. So if you're not out of here, you haven't come to the full conclusion yet. Like all of these guys, all of them. Whether it's the Ritviks, Madhu Pandit, Paranjan, all of these guys who think that they're exposing this, exposing that, these Tattva people that I showed you, where is it? These guys, they think they're doing something. They're going to reveal the truth about ISKCON in Hindi. They're going to reveal the truth. We discuss serious concerns and questions being raised by members of the devotee community regarding the ISKCON Bureau and this and that. No, you don't know the truth. If you're still in it, you don't understand. If you're in it and you're cosplaying and you think I'm going to fix it, I'm going to make it better. No, you're delusional. You're a brainwashed cult member. You don't know what's going on. You're just as delusional as these guys. They're no different. No difference. And then so somebody sent me this thing. I don't know what this is. I'm not putting any words in your mouth. I'm not putting any words in your mouth. I'm saying what you told me. I'm repeating what you said. You said you're with Sachinandan Swami, and then you went with Narayan Maharaj. You said that you read all the books, then you said that the books don't matter, and that you experience God inside. So I said, if you experience God inside, you know that he's real because you experience him, well then ask him, why didn't you save those children from being raped? Well, you can't do that. You can't ask him. Because you don't experience him. You're just cosplaying and you're just pretending. You think you do. I ain't going to knock you for that. You think you experience God, but you don't. You just think you do. Because if you actually experienced him, you'd ask him. You'd say, hey, why'd you let those children be molested and raped and tortured? And God would answer you. He'd say, well, I was busy. Whatever it is. But you can't do that. You can't do it. So who's living in a fantasy world? Me or you? Who's living in the fantasy world? Me or you? You who say that you experienced God in the book and not in the book, and I had guru and then I didn't have a guru, and then I read the book and then I don't read the book, and I experienced God, but I can't ask him any questions even though I experience him. He's deaf, dumb, and blind because he can't talk to me. They're all over the place. They are all over the place. They're totally contradicting, not realizing. Just that's what I'm saying. Whatever it takes to be right, righteous, and mighty at that moment. If I have to contradict myself, if I say I know all the books, and then they come back and say, well, you, what about this book? And then I didn't. Well, then I have to say, I can come back and say, I don't need no book. Well, you just said you read all the books, but you didn't know that. Well, I don't need no book. I experienced God myself. Well, when you experience God yourself, ask him a question. Well, I can't do that. You know what? You're an idiot. Gary, you're just a fucking idiot. You add nothing to the conversation. I'm going to ban you because you're just a waste of space. Go back to Gorahari. Go back to Gorahari and laugh and cry and giggle and call him Guru Maharaj and tell him how wonderful he is and how your life is just so beautiful now that he's here and he's just the great. What are some of these comments? Jai Gaur Hari Das. Oh, Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj and devotees. Oh, Hare Krishna Guru Dev and devotees. Oh my God, you guys got to see this. This is what they put in here. This is what it says. Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj and devotees. Jai Gaur Hari Das, Lalita Ganga devotees. Hare Krishna Guru Dev and devotees of the Amazing Grace Place. Yeah, they have to glorify this guy. If they don't glorify him, they can't. They're nobodies if they're not glorifying him. And he likes it. He loves it. He loves being glorified. He loves being called Guru Dev and Guru Maharaj. Why? What does he do? What has he ever done? What does any of these guys do? They don't do anything. Prabhupada's still ruining people's lives 50 years after his death. Jim Jones was nothing compared to him. I agree with you. I agree. And people don't understand that. When people talk about cults and dangerous cults, Prabhupada's face should be right there. Prabhupada's face should be right there. Look at this. Is some ridiculous bullshit. This is what they continue to do, this shit. And I don't even know what this bullshit is, but look at this. This is what they want. This is what this cult wants. They want everybody to be a goddamn freak.
Radhe Shyam. Yesterday we covered Krishna Cult, and today from Krishna Cult, when you come towards this side, there are other stallis, more secret places.
You know what this is? I'm sorry. You know what this obviously this is
of Radha and Krishna.
we found one. We found a super white Hindu.
Babaji will show us.
This place is all over the place, you know, but
Hey, look, he's got a real Hindu leading the super white Hindu around.
everybody knows about them all, you know. And I also don't have that much, you know, I haven't taken too much of an interest in you know, all the special little places. There's so many.
Yeah, some of them are unknown or uncovered. There's every inch in Brajas.
Some of them are known to some people, but not to others.
Yeah.
This is what this cult wants. They want everybody doing this. They want everybody cosplaying as a super white Hindu, running around acting like there's some kind of spiritual Brahmin priest nut, and that's what they want, and that's their mission. You go to India, milk a cow, live on a farm.
That side. It's Barsana Parikram. This is a long Parikrama mark. There's many Parikrama marks. And this road here, it goes to Krishna Kund. From there you go like this, and then you turn like on the right side. There will be Krishna Kund. And on the left side from here will be Ramesh.
So just for reference, I've been to Varshana. I've been to Varshana. I didn't do parikram there, but my daughter and I went there, and we saw the temple, the Radharani temple there in Varshana. And there's a picture of me. The last picture on the ending credits is on the roof of the temple, Varshana temple, and the guy's got his hand over my head. I look like I'm about 30 years old, because I was about 34 years old, 35. And that's taken at Varshana. So that's where this is. And why did I go there? Why did I go there? Because that's what you do when you're in the white Hindu, super white Hindu cult. You go and you do this stuff. They discriminate women. Women are not welcome. Always the third wheel. Yeah, women are, well, just like that guy said, low life, dirty, low life women. He said, everybody's welcome here. First generation, second generation, low life women. Low life women. That's what he said. He had to put the low life women in. He didn't just say women. He had to qualify. He had to qualify women as low life. It wasn't enough that he couldn't just say, hey, everybody's welcome. Everybody's welcome. First generation, second generation, everybody's welcome in Krishna consciousness. We don't discriminate. No, he didn't say that at all. He said, we welcome everybody. First generation, second generation, low life women. So he immediately, when he thinks of women, he doesn't think women, he thinks low life women. Why didn't he just say women? Low life women. Even low life women. These people are disgusting. And this Vanessa, whatever her name is, Vanessa, I'm gonna call her Vanessa. This is Vanessa. Doesn't get it. It's not cognitive dissonance, the reality of life. You move through stages. I do not need a book now as I needed it 35 years ago. You need it more now than ever. You need to come to your senses. That's what you need. You need to come to your senses and say, this bullshit that I believed 35 years ago is bullshit, and I'm too grown for this crap. That's what you need. You need to go, look, I believed in this bullshit 35 years ago. I was reading these books and believing in this bullshit, but I'm too old for that shit now. No. You're still in the cult. You're still believing in this bullshit. Fucking sad. Yeah. They don't want to read. She don't want to read that. She don't want to read that. Hey Gary, I'm done with you, dude. I'm done. Yeah. Vanessa thinks that she moved through stages. She's at the highest stage. She's done learning. I'm done learning. I like Gora Hari. Vanessa is like this guy, this Gora Hari guy. I'm done learning. I don't need to learn any more. I'm done.
I can dance. Boom, 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 You sing it with me, and then you'll know. Boom, 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 yay!
Don't be fooled. Find out who the hell wrote this trash and what you put your faith in. You know, I believe that Vanessa is. I believe that, as I speak Serbian, English my second. No, I have not read all of the Conversations of Prabhupada. I read the books. So now you say you read the books, or you didn't read the book. You read all the books. Then you say you don't need the books. Now you're saying you're back to reading the books. No, Gary, let me just say this. If you think that you're making jokes, you need to read a book about joke writing. You got a lot to learn about jokes, man. You got a lot to learn about jokes. Jokes, first of all, jokes are funny. And that's the first thing you need to learn. You know, you haven't said any funny things. You haven't even said any snarky things. You haven't used any puns. You haven't used any wordplay. You haven't used any surprise. No elements of surprise. No conflict. No anything. You haven't used any funny filters. You haven't said anything that's even remotely funny. What to speak of a joke? And I'm not saying everything I say is funny, because not everything I say is funny. But you haven't said anything funny. Yeah, you know, I hope they can get out. I hope these people can get out. I know. Oh, here we go. Oh, I know who it is. The person admitted it's not my fault. Her husband loves what we do. She needs to be honest and straightforward. As a matter of fact, I'm going to send her to your classes. Oh, you lost a follower, you poor man. Oh, someone realized that you're a scammer. Someone realized you're a scammer. Someone realized you're a scammer. You lost someone. You poor guy. You poor man, you.
All right.
You need to go back to dreaming.
But he didn't have that dream. I did.
You need to go back to having I need to go have some more dreams. Sickening to try to come between someone and their husband. I know. He's a disgusting fucking freak. He's a disgusting freak. Yeah, it's... Oh, so sorry, master. Why is it my fault that her husband likes what we do and she does not? She does not have to be with us. She's not a victim. Dude, she's a victim. Then why did she reach out to me? Why did she reach out to me if she's not a victim? Why didn't she just do what she had to do? Why did she contact me? To explain that. Why did she contact me? Why did she feel like she needed to contact me? You tell me. If you cared about her husband, you wouldn't be speaking like this. Yeah, he's such a creep. He's such a creep because he's a megalomaniac cult member. He thinks he's God. Remember, he thinks he's God. People have to grow up. People have to something that you've never done, something that you can't do. At least she's out of your group, man. I gotta hand it to her. So again, so scumbag, why did she contact me? Why did she contact me? If it's not your fault, why did she contact me? I just want to know, why did she contact me? So why are you into make-believe loyalty and worshiping made-up ghost gods? Yeah, it's him. That's him. I understand you're in love with her husband. That's cute. Yeah, it's a weird homoerotic thing that they got going on, and I can't explain it. I would love to join you and share my experience with super Hindu cults here in Northern California. Absolutely. I'm gonna get when I get the technology. You definitely can't. Hey, good to see you, Queen. Good to see you, man. Everything. Have a great day. Have a great day, man. He's not a guru. He's a dreamer. He's not a guru. And it's really sad that you think he's a guru because he's not a guru. He's a dreamer. He's a dreamer.
I'm just a dreamer, but you are just a dream.
You just had a dream. He dreams he's a guru. He dreams he's a guru.
He didn't have that dream. I did.
That's you. That's you. That's you, dreamer. That's you, dreamer pod. That's you dreaming.
He didn't have that dream. I did.
I didn't have that dream. I did. I'm not a scammer. I didn't have that dream because I'm not a scammer. I'm not so fucking pitiful that I have to tell people that I had a dream and now I'm a guru. I'm not such a lowlife. I'm not a pitiful lowlife like that. To scam people like that. There's no way. There's no way in hell that I would ever stoop so low as to tell people that I had a dream and that Prabhupada came to me in a dream.
He didn't have that dream. I did.
He didn't have that dream. I did. He didn't have that dream. First it was ISKCON, then Amachi, and then with the Devi Mandir. Yeah, somebody sent me this. Somebody sent me this thing. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny that this dreamer pod okay, wait a minute. I gotta get back. Dude, what do you want to talk about, man? What do you want to talk about? Can I just speak for a few minutes? He will ban me because he can only accept his own opinion about hating on us. Dude, you are a cult leader, okay? I know you don't understand that, but you're a cult leader. I know you don't understand it, but you're a cult leader. These people calling you Guru Maharaj and Guru Dev and all that bullshit, and you sit there and you fucking manipulate these people into thinking that they're something that they're not, thinking that you're something that you're not. You're a disgusting lowlife piece of shit. That's what you are. And you want me to let you talk? You want me to let you talk? When you're a disgusting lowlife piece of shit? You gonna go on your channel and tell your followers that I'm Sisupal and I should have my head chopped off? And you want me to let you talk? Are you serious? How about you apologize for calling me Sisupal? And then I'll think about it. Dude, she contacted me. She contacted me. Why would she contact me? You tell me why. Why would she contact me? Why didn't she talk to you about it? Why didn't she talk to you about it? Why didn't she talk to her husband about it? Why did she contact me? You tell me why. Why did she contact? You tell me why she contacted me. If it's not a cult and she didn't feel some kind of way, why did she contact me? I'm talking to you directly. I'm talking to you right now. Say whatever you want to say. I don't have the capability to bring you on if I wanted to. I wouldn't bring your pedophile, fucking child marriage, pedophile promoting ass on here if I could. I wouldn't put your ugly face on here. You fucking disgusting piece of shit. Fuck. You're a glutton for punishment. Here, let's take a look at your fucking disgusting, what a disgusting piece of shit you are. Here, look at yourself. Look at yourself. Look at you. Look at you babbling along. Babble.
You're knowledgeable that why you're here. You said, well, yeah, I mean, I'm getting taste.
I mean, yeah, I'm getting taste.
And this is working.
And this is working.
And so it's all explained in the scriptures. And it's all explained in the scriptures
that are fake.
But those who say Shadya,
those that say Yadya,
nothing to back them.
They got nothing to back them. But But you talk about scriptures and
The
you talk about
words with no
talk about this
potency.
bullshit.
You know, it's
You talk
and
about
all they
this
can
bullshit.
do is
But you're a dreamer. You're not even qualified. You're not even qualified to talk about it. You think you're a super white Hindu. You're not even a guru. You're a fucking dreamer.
He didn't have that dream. I did.
You admit you're a dreamer. And you want me to bring you on here? You're the last person to talk about. Yeah, he's a fucking imbecile. The guy's a fucking imbecile cult leader. He thinks he's God. He thinks he's better than Chaitanya. He thinks he's making these people laugh and cry and giggle. He thinks he's giving them knowledge. He thinks that him babbling this bullshit is somehow transcendental knowledge.
That are like that. The junk comes out of their heart, and they lie about.
They lie. He thinks I'm lying.
They exaggerate. They take things out of context.
What am I lying about, you piece of shit? Tell me what I'm lying about. Tell me what I'm lying about. It's easy to sit and judge us from your podium, but not have a civil human. I'm having a conversation with you. You can say whatever you want right here. Type it in and say it, and I'll read it. You fuck. Nobody wants to look at your fucking stupid ass on my channel. Here, I'll put your face up and you talk. Go ahead. Go ahead. You think it's so important we need to see your face? You think your face is so important that I got to put your face up here? You fucking megalomaniac. You think you're so important to the world? Everybody's got to see you? What do you want to say? Say it. Say what you want to say, you fucking dreaming piece of shit.
He didn't have that dream. I did.
I did. I had a dream. I had a dream. What do you want to say, you piece of shit? Say it. Say it right here. I'll put the words on the screen. Say it. Say it. I'll put the words on the screen. Say whatever you want to say. Say it. Okay, you're banned. I'm banning Gary because he's just fucking bullshit. What does he got to say? The Vedas are deep esoteric metaphors of the deepest truths. They're not to always be taken literally. So how do we know when to take what literally and what not to take literally? So only you know which parts we should take literally and which not to be taken literally? And what are these deepest truths that they have? You tell me what these deep truths are. I see the deep truth that you're a piece of shit. You got nothing to teach anybody. You keep saying deep truths. You keep talking like Prabhupada with the transcendental knowledge, like that has any meaning. You keep saying transcendental knowledge and all this other bullshit that you say. Here, let's go back and I'll go back and listen to you some more here. What do you have to say?
They condemn and they laugh and all these things it has no power over the truth. The truth is.
Well, it sure has. It has the power to bring you into my chat. My laughing and joking and putting your little face on my thumbnail, it has the power to bring you people in here. It sure has some power. It brought you fucks in here. It did exactly what I wanted to do. It brought you in here. It brought Hot Lips in here. It brought Gary in here. And it brought your fucking ugly ass in here. So it did I have power. I absolutely have power. I have power over you. I brought you in here. I got you to come in here. So I guess I'm your guru now, right? I'm your guru, Gora Hari, Gora Hoodie. I'm going to be Gora Hoodie now. Yeah, I'm Gora Hoodie. How you like that? That's pretty good, huh? Gora Hoodie. I'm engaging in my service to the disciplic succession. What's disciplic succession? You're not in it because you're dreaming. You think you're in it, but you're not because you're a dreamer. You're not in a disciplic succession.
He didn't have that dream. I did.
You're just dreaming. You admit it. You just admitted that you dream. You dream you're in a disciplic succession, but you're not really. What did you say here again?
He didn't have that dream. I did.
You had a dream. Well, Prabhupada doesn't say that you can have a dream. Prabhupada says you have to be authorized by your guru. What guru authorized you, Gaurahari? What guru authorized you to be a guru? Can you tell me that? No, Mike can't handle the truth because he does not have the courage to invite me live face-to-face. I can invite you face-to-face, and I wouldn't if I could. But you can say whatever you want. Tell me what guru authorized you. Prabhupada says you have to be authorized by your guru. He doesn't say in a dream. He doesn't say I'll come to you in a dream. So don't tell me.
He didn't have that dream. I did.
So you wanted to have a discussion with me. Let's discuss how you became a guru. How'd you become a guru? Gaurahari doesn't give a fuck about kids. He preaches this bullshit, and he doesn't care how many kids it harms. He doesn't care who of his followers go on to ISKCON, who migrate to ISKCON or migrate to wherever. He doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't give a fuck that he is opening the gates to bringing people in to a pedophile cult. He doesn't care. He doesn't give a fuck about that. Gary, I banned you. You're banned, Gary. I'm tired of your bullshit. You may have had a bad experience in KC, but you can't speak for me and my experience in faith. Yeah, I can. I can speak for you. I'll speak for you. Gaurahari was initiated by Tamal Krishna. Gaurahari never met Prabhupada. He never met him. He never saw him. He never spoke to him. All he did was read his book. Gaurahari has no connection to Prabhupada any more than I do. Although I took initiation by Yashodanandan Swami. Gaurahari took initiation by Tamal Krishna and then rejected it. So Gaurahari has no guru. Tamal Krishna never authorized Gaurahari to be a guru. So then Gaurahari went off to be with Narayan Maharaj. And Narayan Maharaj rejected him as well. So Gaurahari has no guru. So what does he do? He has a dream.
He didn't have that dream. I did.
I had that dream. I had a dream, damn it. Because I don't have a guru. I'm not in the disciplic succession. No one will give me authorization to be a guru. So I'm just going to have a dream and authorize myself.
He didn't have that dream. I did.
So now Gaurahari calls himself a guru. He's got a bunch of flunkies who could never make it in ISKCON. And now they call him Guru Maharaj because they're just as shitty people as he is. And that's the story of Gaurahari. I gave up these bogus gun gurus 20 years before Mike did. So what, are you proud of that? You proud of that? Because you're still in it. So you didn't give up anything. You didn't give up a goddamn thing. You're still in it and you're pretending to be a guru. All you did was move on and say, I want to be a fake guru like they are. They can scam people and make money. I can scam people too. Yeah. He didn't give them up. He just joined them. He said, I'm going to be a fake guru like they are. I can do what they do. Although he can't do it as well as they can. That's why he's only got 4 people in his group. And then one person contacted me and said, this guy's a nut. I'm out of here. And then he's like, oh, well, I sent her over to you anyway. Yeah, it's clear that only weak-minded people, people who can't follow. People who can't follow. They can't follow the 4 regulative principles. So he teaches them Follow me, and you don't have to follow any regulative principles. Just follow me. He thinks he's friggin' guru. Yeah, because dude, I don't care. I know you're trying to make excuses. I know you're trying to make excuses, but that's your follower, okay? That was your follower. That was your follower. That was your follower was an alcoholic. That was your follower. Your follower left you. And probably became an alcoholic because of you. It's like, fuck, man, I gotta have a drink. This Gorahari character is a fucking piece of shit. I need a drink. I need a drink because my husband, who I loved, is following this fucking freak. That's why she's an alcoholic. I don't blame her. I don't blame her at all. If I had to listen to this shit every day because my husband is worshiping you,
So
I'd become an alcoholic
when you're in
too.
knowledge,
Believe me.
you can see what ignorance is.
If I had to
So how
listen to
can
this
it daunt
shit
you
day in and day out, because my
I'm
husband was
such a-
listening to this,
wait a second.
fucking A, man. Fucking A. I don't blame her. I wouldn't blame her if she was a heroin addict. I wouldn't blame her. Smoking crack, whatever it is, to get the fuck away from you and her husband fucking listening to this bullshit. God damn. God damn. Yeah, come back so you get deprogrammed because you're in this Gorahari shit and your mind is mush. Fucking A. Yeah, that's why it takes intelligence. It takes intelligence to realize you're in a cult. Gorahari ain't gonna never realize he's in a cult. He's too stupid. He's too stupid. He thinks there's a demon head eating the moon. He thinks Govardhan Hill. He thinks there's snakes on Govardhan Hill. And if you don't worship Govardhan Hill, snakes are going to eat you. He thinks there's a boogeyman called the Yamadutas, and they're going to come and carry him away. Oh, man. Oh, we had the fucking man himself. Now I'm wrong about a bunch of stuff. I don't know everything. I don't claim to be guru like you. You're the guru who has all the answers. You're the guru who dreamed you were a guru.
He didn't have that dream. I did.
Yeah, that's you, man. This is you.
All right.
Yeah, that's you.
I can dance. Boom, 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 boom. You sing it with me, and then you'll know. Boom, boom, boom. Yay!
See, this is how these cult people are. They think that because he thinks that he's never wrong and he's always right, righteous, and mighty, that he thinks that we all think the same way. But no, we're not. We're not megalomaniac cult leaders. We don't have charisma by proxy. We're not trying to glom off of Prabhupada with this Prabhupada's using Prabhupada's charisma as some kind of get out of jail free card. Like, I mean, just look at you, man. You just look at you. Will you look at you? Look at this. Look at this cuckoo's nest of fucking rejects you've got. And you're the head reject. You're the head fucking reject of this fucking cuckoo's nest. It's a goddamn cuckoo's nest, and he's the head cuckoo. No, he doesn't hate ISKCON. He just says he hates ISKCON because they wouldn't let him be a guru. If they told him he could be a guru, he'd join ISKCON right away because that's what he wants. He wants to, he'd have so many followers that he would join ISKCON in a heartbeat. Don't believe the bullshit. He loves it. He just hates ISKCON because he can't be a guru. That's all. I don't think many here can interact. No one wants to interact with you. Nobody wants to interact with pedophiles and fucking child marriage promoting pieces of shit like you. No, you know who's a victim? People in the cult. People having their minds fucking destroyed, their lives taken away by people like you, brainwashing them, thinking that they're giggling and laughing and they're loving God. It's you. You're the problem, dude. You're the problem. And you want to turn it around and say that we hate God or we hate this, and we don't hate anything. We hate child molesters and we hate fake scamming gurus like you. It's you. Why would you come in here so you can face all this hate? It's people like you that we hate. Scamming gurus that are dreaming.
I'm just a dreamer, but you are just a dream.
You're just a dreamer, dude. And you're scamming people, and that's why we don't like you. It's you that we don't like. It's you. And fake gurus like you that are harming so many people. And you think that because this woman and her husband and she's alcohol, well, that makes it okay? That makes it okay? You think it's okay now that you know who she is? That she was reaching out for me for months, talking about what a scumbag you are? Dude, you're fucking nuts. What am I saying that's crazy? What am I saying that's crazy? What are we? Because it's not just me, it's everybody in this chat. What are we saying that's crazy? We don't like pedophiles? You promote pedophiles? You promote Prabhupada and his child marriage? You don't have a problem with him having an 11-year-old wife? You don't have a problem with him marrying 12-year-old girls? You think that the Vedic system is child marriage? All your noodles and Madhu Mangala and all your people, I have you guys recorded saying child marriage is perfectly fine. You and all of your people talking about how you like child marriage. I need a shrink for that. I'm crazy because I'm against child marriage. I'm crazy because I don't like cults. I'm crazy because Hare Krishna is a cult. That's why I'm crazy. When every cult expert on the fucking planet acknowledges that Hare Krishna is a cult, except you're too dumb to see it. So you think I'm crazy? Because you got a group of people sitting around. Let's go to the part where you all sit and laugh and cry and giggle and do all. Let's go to that part. Where is that part of the show? Where is that part of the show? Is this it? Where you all cry and laugh and
utilize like Govinda? He just goes around and he preaches.
Oh no, wait. Maybe it's the beginning. Maybe it's the beginning where you're all crying and laughing, acting like a fool. Is this it? Is this what we're all supposed to do?
Radharani.
There he is. There's a nut. There's a nut in action. Look at him. There he goes. There he goes. There he goes.
Sing it with me, and then you'll know. Yay!
Krishna, 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 Krishna. Krishna, 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 Krishna,
We believe in nothing. We believe in nothing, Labotkin, nothing.
Oh my God. I know. We're speaking facts. We're speaking facts, helping people who have been mistreated and fooled to leave the cult. And that's why we speak on our experience, not to stay on the victim platform, but to help others open their eyes. Yeah, we're over the victim. We're over the victim platform, but we know there's a lot of victims out there, and we're trying to help them. Guru Dave does not put pictures and videos of people. Yeah, he put my pictures up. He put me up. What are you talking about? He put me up. What are you talking about? You're gonna lie? Are you trying to lie? You trying to lie now? You want me to go and show you where he's got me on there? Here, let me go get it. He's trying to lie. He wants to lie and act like he didn't do that. Here we go. Look. Yeah, he sure did.
You know,
he put me right up on his screen.
All that.
Why you want to lie? Why you want to lie like that? Why you want to lie? Why you want to lie? Why you want to lie? He put my video right up on his screen. That's an act of hatred. Are you saying that Gora Hari is hating on me? Is that how you're saying? It's an act of hatred, huh? He put me on there. He put me right up on there. Is that an act of hatred? Is he hateful? Oh, man. It says Gora Hari does not put up pictures and videos of people. That is an act of hatred, Mike. People have the right to reply. Well, looky here. Looky here. Are you lying? Did you just lie? Be open, yes or no. Were you in any way, shape, or form abused as a young child? Most aberrant personality disorders start with that type of trauma. Yeah, he's definitely got some up here because he's got this God-man complex. He wants to be a God-man. He thinks he's a God-man, and he's not happy unless he's got a group of people worshiping him. It's not enough that he chants and he has ecstatic symptoms. He has to be worshipped, and so therefore he has to pretend like he's giving a transcendental knowledge to people so that they can worship him. That's his mental illness. Cukoos does at full speed. I know, it is fucking nut. Guru is not posting photos and videos of people. You are an obsessive, probably past drink problems. You post videos, we do not. Oh yeah, what's this? What's this?
In with that, and that's nothing about what we're doing here. I find that kind of like it's actually unfair. It's a bit unfair, to lump us in there just because we blow our nose because of ecstatic worship. Yeah. Matter of fact, he makes a few comments here. Let's hear.
Oh, he's gonna play it. Look.
Let's hear his comments here.
My comments. Oh, he's gonna play my comments. And we got from a poet 8105. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is. Guru 99 is not posting photos and videos of people. You are. And I say, well, he is right here. I see him doing it. I see him doing it right here. You want to try again with that? Because I see him doing it right here. He has the right. What about noodles, etc.? Yeah, well, if he has the right, I do too. I have the right. Why? He has rights that I don't have? So you say he doesn't do something, and then when I show you that he's doing it, you say he has the right. So does that mean I don't have the right? I'm confused. Be careful? Okay, I'll be careful. You be careful too, okay? Do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do. Blow nose due to ecstatic symptoms. Yeah, he blow nose. He blows his nose. He thinks that makes him a guru because he can blow his nose. Yeah, I don't know what he's trying to say. He's trying to say that I shouldn't put a picture of noodles on the thing. I can put a picture of whoever I want on there. if I get that picture off of YouTube, then I can put it on YouTube. If you don't want to be on YouTube, don't go on YouTube. That's what I say. If you don't want to be on YouTube, don't go on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, then you're on YouTube. I'm on YouTube, and I have the right to criticize and comment on anything. Thanks for joining us today. And yes, we got the snotting in the rag is what we do. That's what they do. That's not what I do. But that's what evidently that's what they do. So hey, since we got the new opening with Hot Lips there, and I this guy keeps talking. He's talking about me. I know he's talking about me right now.
It's true.
And he was talking about me, and he was talking about me, and he does talk about me. Not only does he talk about me, but he comes in here to talk. He wants to talk directly to me. He comes right in here. Obviously, I don't go in there and talk to him because I got nothing to say to his pedophile child marriage ass. I don't need to talk to him. I don't have to defend myself to him. I don't have to promote myself to him. I don't give a shit what he has to say about me. I think it's great that he talks about me because maybe some of his followers, some more of his followers, will come over and wake up. That's what I'm here for. So keep promoting me on your channel. Keep doing it. More people will come over here and they'll get the truth, and then they'll leave your ass, because that's what they need to do, is that they'll leave your ass. Not everyone reacts with words. People should be careful. Oh, so now you're making threats? So John's making threats. So John's making threats. Okay, well that's fine. I'll notify the correct authorities, and I'll send them this video, and we'll figure out who John is. The damaged personalities have deep narcissistic needs to be worshipped by others. It's borderline personality. Yeah, it is absolutely. He's got. But this guy, this is the one that needs to be. This John W2QX7. That's the person we need to watch out for, because that's the person who is making threats. So let's see who this person is right now. I want to go see who this person is. I gotta figure out who this person is. John dash W2 Q7. Oops. Okay. So as you can see, this John-W2Q7M joined April 1st, 2026. So let's report this user right now. Violent threats. Next. Submit. Okay, so you got that done. That's what you do with these kind of people. And we know that Hare Krishnas are dangerous. We know it's a dangerous cult. We know it's a violent cult. We know they harm children. We know they harm women. And they will come into your chat and make threats to harm you. I've had threats before by the Ritviks. Ritviks have threatened me. Devotees have threatened me. Ritviks have threatened me. This guy threatening me. That's what they do. That's what they do. Yeah, ISKCON is famous for now. Yeah, they shoot people in their van. They shoot people at New Vrindavan and bury them under a river. They do all kinds of stuff like that. So that's nothing new, and that's why this guy's been reported. I report these guys right away. But yeah, this is what they do. You got anything else to say, John? You want to say something else? Because when you make threats on the internet, when you make threats on the internet like that, they can unmask who you are. You think you're just John-W2Q7M, but if you commit a crime on the internet, they'll reveal who you are. And I'm not requesting they reveal who you are, but I could. So just remember that, John W2Q7M. Remember that. I know you think you're big and tough. I know you think you're big and tough, but you're not. You're not. Yeah, running after that kiwi. But listen, I had another video I wanted to show, but this show has gone so long. Here's another one. Here's another. I really don't know what this is. Some kind of guru. Another one of these gurus, fake gurus. So evidently, this is another one of these. This is. I'm not sure who sent this video in, but it's one of the Gaura-Hari people sent this in, and I don't know what it is. And I really don't feel like exploring it right now. I guess Gaura-Hari left. I guess Gaura-Hari got tired of me. I don't know what happened. He was having a good time talking. He was like all puffed up and acting like he was some big guy. And this John W2QM whatever. He turned out to be a liar, and I showed him, and now they're all gone. Now they all disappeared. John is busy changing his Pampers. I guess I don't know what happened to John. John thought he was tough. He was gonna threaten me. He thought he was gonna threaten me. You want a tow? I believe I get you a tow. I know these these guys are something else, man. They really think. Like, why are you threatening me? Like, what did I do? Because you guys are nuts, and I show it on the internet, and you guys are on the internet. You guys are on the internet acting nutty, and all I do is I go, look, these people are on the internet acting nutty, and now you wanna you.
You saying you want a piece of me? You want a piece of me? You got it! You saying you want a piece of me? You want a piece of me? You got it!
Yeah, he wants a piece of me, I guess. I guess John wants to threaten. He wants to threaten that's what these Hare Krishnas do. They want to threaten people. Well, listen, everybody. I've had a great time. I had a great time with this Gaura-Hari character. I knew that if I put his picture up there, these freaks would come in here. You can bait these people. They're pretty easy. I mean, that's why I say I can read them like a book. I knew. So stupid. These people are so stupid, man. I tell you, they're so friggin' stupid. Killing for your guru is such a fucked up idea. I know. They just. Some people don't act with words; they're actually not words. Really, they think, and it's not a cult, though, right? It's not a cult. It's not a cult. They got a guy in here who's threatening me live in my live stream. He's threatening me live, but it's not a cult. It's not a cult at all, right? Not a cult. It's not a cult. It's not a cult. It's not a cult. I said something bad about his guru, and now he's mad. He's mad because I told off his guru. Fuck his guru. Fuck him. Fuck his guru, man. That's what I say. These guys are pieces of shit, pussies. Bunch of pussies, man. If you If you're getting mad because somebody says something about another man, they don't talk about that. Oh, you called my guru. You said he was a. You said my guru was a low-life piece of shit. Oh, I'm gonna get you now. Oh fuck! What kind of person is that, man? Seriously, man. Market zero. Market zero. Market zero, man. Exactly. And market zero.
What in God's holy name are you blathering about?
That's funny. That's funny. Okay, so here's, I'm going to cut it out here. It's been over 3 hours. Been doing this for 3 hours. What a treat. What a treat to have that scumbag come in here. Just walk away. Absolutely, man.
Just walk away. There has been too much violence, too much pain. Just walk away, and there will be an end to the horror. Just walk away.
Too much pain. Too much pain, man. Yeah, are we clear? Because...
Are we clear?
Yes, sir.
Are we clear?
So everybody, thanks for joining in today. It's so much fun. I want to thank everybody, all of you old-timers in here, all of the new people that are just joining, all of you out there watching for the first time. I want to thank you all, and please hit the like, share, and subscribe button. That's important too. Share these videos. Share them wherever you can. That'd be great. And everybody have a great day, great night, great morning, great afternoon, great evening. If you're hungry, have a great brunch. Have some great luck. Please stay out of a cult. And now, all you freaks out there, not my friends, but all you freaks that are watching, and you don't know who I am, and you're like, who is this motherfucker talking all this bullshit? Well, here it is. Here you can see me when I was a Hare Krishna a long time ago. Thanks, everybody.